Hives there on XFM 104.9. I'm Ricky Gervais. Steve Merchant.
He's with you.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Sentences and all that.
Just using the traditional English language.
But you put me off, you pointed to yourself, and I just said Steve Merchant.
You know, we do that every week. You introduce me,
Yeah.
you say with me, and I go Steve Merchant.
No, yeah.
So no, it's a catchphrase that everyone's waiting to hear it.
No, but usually I go Ricky Gervais and you go with Steve Merchant, but this time you pointed to you, so I said it. But I didn't say it. It caught me off guard, so I didn't use the sentence.
Oh, I don't like the way you sit, right? I've read medically that if you're slouching like that, can you try and describe how you're sat? But you've got the kind of have you ever seen that picture of when John Lennon was off his head on Smack recording Let It Be, and he was lying on the floor at Abbey Road? That's basically what Ricky is like now.
I was scared.
It's not good for you, that. Look at you can't breathe properly in the diaphragm, so you're gonna speak badly. Hey, listen, I was trying to speak medical stuff there. I was trying to run into trouble. Anyway, Rick, what are the words to Wham Rap? Now, what are the words to... I don't remember Wham Rap.
What the hell's got into you? Hey, sucker. No, there's nothing you can do.
Brilliant. I look forward to, a forthcoming revival of your music career.
Yeah.
Rick, I had some devastating news last night.
Go on.
You know when I left you, I was off to buy a PlayStation 2?
Yeah.
I was totally in the mood for it.
Or a PS2, as he said.
Yeah, yeah. Which confused him, Grandad. Anyway, so, you know, I think I went in, like, some electrical stop on, Oxford Street.
Yeah.
And,
the thing I'll just say, the thing about Steve is, I wouldn't say he's mean. He hates that. He's careful, right? And he will spend days to get £1 off.
Rick, 2.5 hours I walked around last night. I swear to God, I was walking to different shops, right? I went from Oxford Street to Piccadilly Circus, back again, along the length of Oxford Street, back again, all over the place, right? I realised I basically couldn't get a better deal than about 240 quid, right? For a console and a game. So I ended up in Virgin Megastore, I bought a Auto Grand Theft 3 or whatever, and a PlayStation and a memory card or whatever. So I shoot off, and I'm walking off, and I'm going to the Tube, and I walk all the way to HMV, on, opposite Bond Street, and I just popped in there because I'd forgotten to get something, and I went downstairs, and I was walking past the, PlayStations, and it went, if you buy a PlayStation 2, you can get Grand Theft Auto 3 with £20 off.
Oh.
I was absolutely devastated.
What did you do?
I crumbled. I didn't know what to do. I was thinking of taking it back to Virgin Megastore, going, it's faulty. But like before, you haven't even got home yet. Oh, I can tell.
No, I didn't mean to buy this, though. What did you buy? Keyboard.
Exactly. So the problem is, when I get it back and I wire it up and that, all I can see is the cars are racing around the track. All I'm thinking is, it's like one of those cartoons when a really hungry bloke could just see his mate as like a big chicken. All I could see on the TV was just a £20 note just floating. It was an absolute night. I'm just devastated by it. 20 quid, I could have bought like another cheap game for that.
We went to did I tell you this?
Would you give me £20 and then I'll shut up about it?
yeah, we went to the casino once, a group of us, and I lost about 100 quid, and it was a, great, it was someone's birthday, I think it was Jane's birthday, and Steve, after 3 hours of gambling, had lost the £20 he got out to play with, right? I was going, you're really gutted, aren't you? He just went, have you any idea how much cheese I could get for £20?
Yeah. Cold meats.
Yeah.
For £20, and there it is again last night. £20, I'm robbed of £20. Literally, they've taken it from my hand.
Yeah.
The HMV people. They've taken that and they've...
I'm gonna try and think of some things to cheer you up. Should we play some songs? Avalanche is there. Frontier Psychiatrist.
I never enjoy any record where I think I or a 4-year-old could have made it. Do you know what I mean? It's just like, it's cheating. It's musical cheating.
Yeah, I'm not a big fan of that one. I won't play that again then. Alright?
Okay.
That's done.
Yeah.
Alright?
Nice. Shake on it?
Yeah.
Lovely.
XFM 104.9.
Kiss on it?
Kiss on it, touch on it.
Carl came in this morning and he said he was soaking wet because obviously it's miserable out. And actually, if you're thinking of leaving the house today and thus missing the show, do not leave because it's miserable out.
It's like a weather report as well. We play music, we've got chat, we've got little jokes, don't we?
But Carl came
and it's raining.
He said he was soaking wet.
Yeah.
I said to him, Rick would want you to do it. I want you to do it.
Yeah.
Just take your clothes off. Pop them over there.
But do you know what?
And he wouldn't. And he said I was going to do it, but I knew you'd say that.
But when you left us in the kitchen when he was making coffee, he went, yeah, Steve said if you're wet, take your trousers off. And I thought, hold on, Ricky's not here, what's he up to?
No, I was talking on behalf of Rick. I phoned him up, I said, he's wet, what should I suggest?
Well, I said, I was in his ear, he had earpiece, and I was going, tell him it's bad for him.
Yeah.
And I could hear him go, it's bad for you, and you go, well, no, I go, no, tell him it could...
Rheumatism.
Yeah.
It could lead to rheumatism, take them off. Carl, speak. No one's heard your voice today. Come on, Carl.
He doesn't want to.
No, I know he doesn't. We won't talk to you much. But
go on.
It's just nice to say hello to you.
Yeah.
Right.
I think people quite like
They tune
to
in,
know
they like
you're
to hear
here.
you.
Yeah.
We've had some fan mail.
I like his little face, his little Moby. I drew a picture of him in the week, just doodling, and he got really insulted.
Did he?
Why did you get insulted?
So it wasn't very good. I looked like Ian Canfield, like.
Oh, what's an insult?
Yeah.
Ladies love Canfield.
Yeah.
I mean, they're weird, kind of heavy metal ladies. But
Yeah, the ones that drink blood.
Yeah.
Yeah, they love Canfield. I thought of you look like today, but I think you might find it insulting as well. It's just meant to be affectionate. You look, for people who don't know what you look like like Beaker at the Muppets.
I can't see how that would be an insult.
Oh God, we don't know you put it like that. It is, but it's sort of like, I like Beaker.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, but you like him because he's a fool. He just goes, what does he say? Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, you look a bit like that doctor that used to accompany him everywhere, that professor.
Oh yeah, the little fat
little
bloke.
one,
Yeah, that's nice.
Carl, what was it that you told me as well when you came in? Just Carl's thought for the day.
Okay.
Carl, what did you tell me when you came in? Because it was miserable out, and you made a suggestion.
It is a grim day in London.
I like it already.
Brilliant.
I was thinking, could you imagine dying today?
Go on, explain more though.
Just because when you're dying,
Yeah.
you're always like in your bedroom, in your bed, and
Always.
and your family's next door.
Always, yeah.
And I just thought, can you imagine lying there, looking out your window, because they do that as well, they sort of have the curtains open to get a bit of light on your face. And I just thought, what a day, if this was like your last day, could you imagine?
But then go on, you made
XFM,
another... No, you made another even more profound point. You said if, instead of dying on a rainy day, you'd prefer to...
No, if you died on a bit of a nicer sunny day, then it's not so bad. What I'm saying, no, it's your last day looking out on the world, and look at it. Don't you agree?
Yeah.
I thought that was a beautiful point. It was poetic, almost.
It was, wasn't it?
Because the point was that what upset me was that you said you'd been thinking about that today on the way in, and it upset you. But my point was that if you think about the people that are dying any day, it'll upset you.
Yeah.
Do you see?
Yeah, but you don't think about it when it's sunny, because you think, well, they'll be alright today, they won't be that annoyed.
You're absolutely right.
Annoyed!
But today,
I'm dying today.
it was just when I got up and opened the curtains and I thought, look at it.
I'm glad I'm not dying today.
Yeah.
Carl, play a song.
You're interesting. Mole Historical Society, watching Xanadu on XFM 104.9. I'm Ricky Gervais.
With me, Steve Merchant.
See, it doesn't work if you say with me, Steve Merchant.
It doesn't work.
I've either got to say with me, Steve, or you just go with Steve Merchant.
Sure.
See what I mean?
Okay.
It's not as easy, is it?
No, it's not.
No.
It's not as easy as it seems.
You know this, right? I mean...
What?
the radio show.
Oh, yeah.
We do, right? Well, we just come in and we don't plan them, we just sort of like chat. And they still pay us, it seems good, well. Should we just do this all day?
What, all day on XFM,
Or just get a license where it's Ricky and Steve FM, and we just chat and we go, what are you doing there, Steve? Just having breakfast. And go, oh, right, yeah. Oh, what are you doing there, Steve? I'll just clean the windows, and that. And we have a little chat and we go, oh, just reading the paper. And we just talk and we play records.
For 24 hours a day?
Yeah.
I mean, have you spotted any flaws in that plan, or?
It would be boring after about an hour and a half.
Yeah.
Is that it?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
I mean, this is boring now.
No,
we've only done 20 minutes.
No, it's just we were talking about Carl having a thought, remember?
Yes.
And then I had that thought when I went out to get some orange juice, and I had that thought. So maybe this show can be about let's have thoughts.
Okay.
So we have thoughts? Yeah. Okay, or they could, if we haven't got any, they could phone in with some.
Okay. Or email a thought, maybe, if you've got a thought. Email that in.
Just thought we could talk about
Gervais@xfm.co.uk. It could be a thought about anything.
Hey,
Can we not make those thoughts racist or homophobic, though, please?
Yeah. Or, not downers.
No, nothing that's going to bring us down, you know?
Yeah.
Upbeat stuff.
Yeah. Go on, Carl, you were
Do you know when you said 24 hours then?
Yeah.
Do you know how much it takes to run one of the escalators on the underground for 20 hours a day? How much it costs a year to do that?
To run it how long? 20 hours a day?
Yeah, that's what it runs. Is
this another of your facts?
Mm-hmm.
These are always substantiated by an independent source, aren't they? They're not just something you overheard on a bus. Am I just to check? This is fact.
I read it. I read it.
Did you read it on a wall in a sandwich shop?
Sometimes I wish this was on telly, because when Steve said this, you have these substantiated by an independent arbitrator, Karl just looked at him.
Yeah.
Like he'd just spoken French. He just looked like that. It's just it.
Okay, so anyway, this information you've got from a reliable source, you read it on the back of a fag packet or something?
No, I think it was in the Metro magazine in the week.
Lovely. Okay.
Yeah, okay.
So and let's just hear it again. How much does it cost?
Yeah, there's loads of escalators on the underground.
Yes.
And they run for 20 hours a day.
Yes. Don't tell us how. Tell you what, Karl, that's such a fascinating fact. Don't tell us. Let's play a record, Rick.
Okay.
And then people can stay tuned if they want to hear how much it costs.
This is like some sort of mental home radio.
Yeah.
Isn't it? I mean, we're not mentally ill. We haven't had any head trauma. We're educated people.
Yeah.
But we come out with just rubbish.
Gobbledygook.
Just nonsense. It's like, I can't grasp it. I don't know why he started saying, I've no idea what that thought was.
You just said 24 hours about doing radio for 24 hours, so I thought, 20 hours.
Oh God!
So we're now examining the thought processes that we all have before we get to it. Let's just hear a song.
Okay, right, it's 1:30, and that film sounds good. Ooh, that film sounds good.
Feature.
This is where I choose a song from a film that film sounds good. See? This is a film that me and Steve both love, and he saw it first and got me onto it, and so I love it, and I did. It was Rushmore. It's a great film, and from it features one of my favourite artists of all time, The Wind by Cat Stevens, and this is off the first album I ever bought, from Teaser and the Firecat. This is The Wind from Rushmore. That film sounds good. Cat Stevens, The Wind.
Elegant.
It's a beautiful song. The album is a superb album. It's seminal. It's just has some great songs on there. I feel like playing another one, maybe a Song for the Lovers.
Maybe do it later, yeah.
Maybe I could do that, yeah. It's beautiful.
I have to say I've seen the follow-up to Rushmore. If you enjoy Rushmore, it's this new film, The Royal Tenenbaums, with amazing cast. Ben Stiller's in it, Gwyneth Paltrow, and Gene Hackman in his Golden Globe-winning performance.
Oh, yeah.
Same sort of thing as Rushmore, same kind of style, but lovely sort of kind of family comedy. Absolute dynamite, and again, a brilliant soundtrack. Nico is on there, Nick Drake, all kinds of treats. Forthcoming in the cinemas, Rick.
You say the follow-up, is it the
It's not a sequel. It's the same director, same writer, some of the same cast. Bill Murray makes another appearance. Same style.
Haven't the Swingers lot done another one?
They have. Their new film's Made, with the same Jon Favreau and Vince Vaughn. Again, dynamite, really good fun. Not as kind of perceptive as Swingers, but certainly as much fun.
Have you seen Swingers, Karl?
I think so. Is it the one where, they've got a line in it, they've got a catchphrase in it, haven't they?
You're the money?
You're money?
No.
You're so money.
That's it, yeah, I've seen it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I love the fact that I said you're the money, you went no. You went you're so the money, you went yeah.
Well, yours is from, what's his name?
Yeah, Jerry Maguire.
No, that's Show Me the Money.
Yeah. Yeah.
I've seen it.
Anyway.
See, that was really articulate. We had, we did a feature, it linked into film, Steve Loves Films, did a little, off the cuff review, then it went into gobbledygook again.
Yeah.
I can't even say it.
You couldn't even say the word gobbledygook.
Yeah.
Anyway, listen, you had an interesting fact you were going to give us, Karl. I don't think we can leave people waiting for this any longer.
No.
Right. How much does it cost to run one escalator, that's just one, on a London Underground? It's running 20 hours a day because it shuts for 4 hours in the night when they're cleaning up and that.
Yeah.
How much does it cost to run it for a year?
£12.
£60,000.
The trouble with these facts is, I've got nothing to compare it against.
Well, think about, like, your yearly electric bill at home.
Well, when you put it like that, when you can...
It's a lot, isn't it, when you think they could just use stairs.
Karl, play a song. Politics on XFM 104.9. Please, people, just use the stairs.
Chemical Brothers, Star Guitar. I'm gonna be honest, Steve. I like the video more than the song.
Agreed.
Good.
Yeah.
I just wish we could maybe tape the bits we're not on air, just because that's when Karl comes into his own.
Yeah.
He just said to me, I don't know what I was doing, I was sort of like pottering around, dancing around, doing something annoying probably, and he just looked at me, I don't know, and he was looking at me, and I looked back, and he went, have you ever used a Y-front properly?
Genius.
It's a great question, because the answer is definitely no.
Definitely no.
Does anyone use their Y-front properly? And by that, I mean, get your winky out of the little sort of, slot provided, as opposed to, like, put it to one side or pull them down or whatever. Has anyone used a Y-front properly?
I don't think I've ever done it.
I don't think I've ever done it.
I've never seen anyone in a toilet doing it, Rick.
You should be looking.
I wish I hadn't said that.
I caught ya. Really?
Yeah. That's actually how you prove people are gay.
Yeah.
You get them into this conversation.
Yeah, it's a trap.
Yeah, it's a trap.
It was the trap.
Yeah. I'm not gay, by the way.
Yeah.
You didn't prove I was gay, I double bluffed you. Because I knew the old gay trick.
I thought it was the old Gaylord say no thing.
That is another method. Yeah, there's innumerable methods of doing it.
That's how Oscar Wilde was caught.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What happened there?
Well, the judge went to him, did you see that film last night? Gaylord say no, and he went no, and they went take him away.
Yeah. Take him down to the cells.
Yeah, take him to Reading.
It is true. Well, it originated in America.
Yeah.
So many of these things do. It's a brilliant point, Carl. I'd like to hear from anyone listening who's, and I mean, well, they'll just lie, wouldn't they, I suppose?
Yeah. I don't even use, sort of flies.
No?
Usually. I sort of pull my Y-front, my sort of tracksuit. So that's why I wear sort of like elasticated waistbands all the time.
Exactly.
Just sort
Speed.
of like... Yeah.
You got to get in there with the minimum of effort.
Yeah, and out.
Sure.
Often I won't shake.
No, oh no.
To my detriment, because it often leaks out a little bit later, doesn't it?
Ever been out on a date with a girl where it's just trickled down your leg and you wish it hadn't, and you're thinking, what if she gets my trousers off later? She might smell or see it.
What? What?
I don't know. I don't know what I said there.
Right.
Rick, I had for Christmas something which I think might excite you and interest you, because I know you're obsessed and interested by facts.
Yeah.
Don't fiddle with the microphone.
Well, I was just looking at what it was underneath it.
Stop, listen to what I'm saying.
I know, no, listen, let me explain.
People could hear you moving the microphone.
Could they?
Yeah, I can hear it in my headphones.
You know, it's the little pop shield that goes over the mic.
Yeah.
I was going to see what way the mic was facing, so I just had a look.
Who cares? No one's interested. Leave it. Carl, I'll tell you if there's a problem.
Alright.
Why am I talking like that? So this is a book, it's just facts and trivia. It's edited by Sir Isaac Asimov, who I think's dead. So I don't know when my parents bought this book. I assume it's sort of from a second-hand shop or something.
Right.
It's quite long, but I got it for Christmas. I keep meaning to bring it in, because generally the facts are quite sensible in here. And I like to think if Isaac's been involved, they're probably substantiated. It's not like, kind of just this nonsense on the web. I think that this is probably...
Or up in Greg's the Baker's that Carl gets most of his facts from.
The ancient Egyptians trained baboons to wait on tables. Carl, fascinated.
Brilliant.
That's fantastic.
But what my point about that is, why did they stop?
Yeah.
It's a genius idea. Would you not want to go to a restaurant where they had baboons serving?
No, I'll tell you what happened. It might have been like the Planet of the Apes, and they sort of rebelled. One of them could talk, one of them could take his order, and one day went, do you want fries with that? And the bloke got really annoyed and said to answer him back, and then there was some sort of rebellion.
Right.
The Planet of the Apes isn't true, is it?
It's not. It's not a documentary.
Right. Okay.
I wonder, because what I like the idea of having baboons is the fact that I reckon they're like, I have difficulty, and I'm sure you do, Carl, like working out that sort of 10%, you know, on a bill.
Yeah.
I reckon baboons would find that particularly hard. I reckon you could get away with under-tipping them all the time.
Yeah, exactly.
Just not leaving enough and just legging it. Exactly.
They go away and you go, sucker.
Yeah, exactly. So I'd love to see some baboon restaurants. If there's any restaurateurs out there, so tell us, comment on someone.
If you do go to a restaurant and you've been waiting on us, please don't order the banana daiquiri, because it comes half-eaten. They can't help their little selves. They really can't. They're okay with, like, you know, beef and steak and chips and all that. No, but there's a little bag. I go, do you want...
Can you imagine that? The baboons serving at waiting tables. It's genius. Just stop to think about that. It's absolutely incredible.
Yeah.
It's absolutely dynamite.
Yeah.
See, zoos would be a lot more popular if there was, like, the canteen. You could go...
If they were serving tickets to two... yeah, exactly. One child row. Okay, goes through there.
I think they should do other things, like in the Flintstones, they used to mix cement in that bird's kind of...
Pelican, yeah.
We should start doing that again. Because that also happened in ancient times.
Yeah, exactly.
According to the Flintstones.
Yeah, before they had proper cement mixers, that's what they did.
That was how they did it.
Definitely,
Just animal facts. I remembered one in the week.
Go on.
There was, do you know them two gay American men who have tigers?
Well, they're not necessarily gay.
No one actually knows if they are gay or not.
They are.
Alright.
Okay,
well,
Gilbert and George, is it? No, that's those artists. They're called Siegfried and Roy.
But anyway...
Who may or may not be gay.
Yeah, and if they are, so what?
And if they are, so what? But if they're not, and they don't...
I just said that so you knew I was talking about, sure.
Okay, the two gay ones,
go on.
Two possibly gay guys.
Yeah, let's not worry about libel law anymore then, or... Yeah,
if you shave a tiger's head...
Whoa. Whoa. Right, okay. You've got to treat that sentence with a lot more reverence than you did. Think what you're saying. If you shave a tiger's head...
Not just its head, its whole body.
Oh, sorry.
Sorry, yeah.
So I thought you were getting weird. Go on, then. Yeah, if you shave a tiger, yeah, go on.
It's still stripy underneath. The skin's...
Is it like rock?
It goes all the way through. Yeah, that's amazing.
Where did you hear that one?
I remembered that, like, I was watching...
Was that a drunk just shouting it in the street?
I shaved a tiger and it's still stripy. Get out of here. Yeah.
I must make a note of that, thanks, Carl.
Yeah, that's an interesting fact. Well, you know a polar bear? Polar bear's skin is actually black, and its fur is transparent, not white, and it gives the illusion, so it gets all the radiation possible from the sun, but it's still camouflaged.
I didn't understand that, Rick. Sorry, you lost me. If its skin's black,
a polar bear's skin is black,
and its fur is translucent,
and its fur is translucent.
So why is it white when we?
Well, it's just because the light hits it and
the sun reflects on it.
Yeah, and it makes it look white. Yeah, so if you look at each individual hair, it's actually translucent.
So at night it would be black.
Well, everything is.
Is it?
Yeah.
Oh, not bright stuff, Rick. You embarrass yourself. Play a record. Oh, I know all about animals and stuff. Do you, Rick?
P-O-D. Bit of pod there. Alive. That's grown on me.
Yeah, it's not bad.
You know, it rocks. I mean, we've got to give it that.
I will certainly give it that, Rick.
Yeah, XFM 104.9. Ricky Gervais.
With me, Steve Merchant. So more from the facts and trivia book. Edited, as I say, by Sir Isaac Asimov, so not just overheard on the tube or by a drunk.
Well, he might have overheard him on a tube by a drunk. And just put him in a book.
Yes. Listen to the whole fact here before you make any judgments.
Okay.
Sauerkraut was renamed Liberty Cabbage by Americans during World War I.
Sure.
In their denunciation of all things German, some Americans actually kicked Dachshunds.
Are the little dogs?
Yeah. Little German dogs, just give them a kicking. Because they were German. Or they were derived from Germany. I don't know if they got to like a small sort of French village and just said, bring out your Dachshunds. What are you going to do to them? Nothing. Give them a little bit of food or something. You're not going to kick them, are you?
Got some milk.
I've heard about you Americans.
No, just bring out the little sausage dog. You say it aggressively.
You said that aggressively, like...
Well, no, bring out the little sausage dog. Okay.
Well, you're not going to hurt it, though.
Of course I'm not.
If you hurt it now, it's like, it's against the Geneva Convention.
I'm not going to kick it.
Well, I didn't even bring up kicking. I didn't even mention kicking, so why have you done that?
I don't know.
Well, I haven't got a Dachshund.
Oh.
Sacre bleu.
Yeah. Sorry.
That thing down my trousers is just a baguette.
Yeah. Do you remember that, Carl? Do you remember that?
Dynamite fact.
Baguettes were invented by Napoleon so he could carry him down his leg.
We just find there's one more here that I thought might, I know that there's a lot of those kind of amusing laws and stuff, antiquated laws and that on the web and things, but again, it's Asimov. I'm thinking it's true. City Ordinance number 352 in Pacific Grove, California, makes it a misdemeanor to kill or threaten a butterfly.
Threaten?
Yeah, you can't even threaten a butterfly.
So it goes...
Don't even look at it aggressively.
Yeah, butterfly comes down and I go, what are you looking at? I go, nothing.
Yeah.
And he goes, Judge! What?
Yeah.
Bloke looking at me with a net.
I wasn't doing anything,
I'm fishing.
But see, the thing about that is, a lot of the kind of, sort of the wilder butterflies from the wrong side of the tracks, they're just going to take advantage of it. They're going to cruise around, they're going to be playing loud music, abusing old people. They're untouchable.
And they're going to go, have you got a problem with that?
Exactly, you go,
and
no.
you're going to go, no.
No, it's fine, go about your business.
No.
Butterflies there, Rick, in California, running amok.
Yeah.
Should repeat it.
Yeah.
There's another one that I think you'll be a fan of. Oh, it might take me a while to find it. Maybe we should play a track.
Oh, wow, that says us nicely. That's a lovely link. That thing about you said about playing a track.
Keep going.
This is Song for the Lovers, and I've chosen a great track here, by Lloyd Cole. Oft forgotten, but a great singer-songwriter. And this is one of his, best songs, I think. In fact, I think Sandy Shaw covered it in the mid-80s when she had a little bit of that resurgence. It's, Are You Ready to Be Heartbroken? And it's, Song for the Lovers. Lovely tune. Enjoy. Are You Ready to Be Heartbroken? Actually, Lloyd Cole with his Commotions. That was done with, and, I love it.
Beautiful.
Cheers.
Facts and trivia, the last one, Rick.
Go on.
This is a sobering lesson for us all.
Go on.
At the Pan American Exposition in Buffalo in 1901, President William McKinley received a line of citizens, shaking hands with each. In the line was a man with a handkerchief covering one hand. Neither of the two Secret Service men guarding the president was curious enough to take a look at what might be under the handkerchief in the hand of the man. Leon Golzgolz, an anarchist. What he had was a loaded revolver, and when the president thrust his right hand out for the shake, Zolgozd fired twice. McKinley died a week later.
So, what he did there, it was outwit the might of, presumably, the FBI or the Secret Service by covering the gun with a handkerchief.
Clever.
That's brilliant.
It's absolute genius.
Just think how they had to explain that. And they go, how did he get close enough and shoot the president? And they go, we didn't see the gun. Why? Covered it with a hanky, did he? Oh, well, you're not to blame then. Exactly, we can't compete with that sort of, you know, didn't you think to look under the hanky?
No.
Well, probably just thought it was a hand. Of course, because that's what a hand would be. Did you not think he was probably holding a gun or something? Didn't do that. We didn't train. We didn't do hiding it with a hanky, did we? Alright, if you didn't do it, then it's not your fault. Don't worry about it. But he lived, did he, for a week?
The president lived with it for a week,
That's because they had to go to him and they're probably shuffling around his bed going, sorry about that. Why didn't you look? I had a hanky, did he? Oh, well, they're now in jail. Well, they were. Go on. Well, when we went into the jail to give him some bread and water, he had a hanky over his hand.
Right, yeah.
We thought nothing of it.
Sure.
And was it a gun? Yeah. It was a gun and he got out. See, do you remember remember the gun? Yeah. That's terrible, isn't it?
It's pathetic. No one's used that method since. I know. Because it was effective there, but you don't hear about that now. No. People using all kinds of elaborate methods to assassinate people, poisoning their wine. Yeah. I think that was Rasputin. As I recall, they put some poison into his wine.
Well, I didn't
study it in history class, that's my memory of it.
But if only listened to Karl last week, chink the glasses.
Always chink the glasses.
That shows that they used to test it, didn't they? Pour a little bit from yours into mine, that means I'm not poisoning you.
Yeah.
But if you're thinking of murdering someone, you know, a dignitary.
With a gun.
Yeah, but let's
say... Pop a hanky over it.
Just think about that.
Just pop a hanky over it.
I don't know, pop it inside an oven glove. And just wear that as you go to with their hands.
Or sooty.
Or one of those big gladiator-style pointing foam hands that used to have on gladiators.
Yeah.
That was genius. Yeah. I'm just using this because I love the president.
No gun in there, is there? No.
Just a big finger.
Check if you want.
Yeah.
Well, no, we won't then if you said check. Right? That's unlucky.
Have I ever told you my method, Karl, my genius method of assassinating someone? This is brilliant. This is the ultimate crime.
Oh, is this the ice cube one?
Have I told it to you before?
No, but I know that.
What's the ice cube one?
When you,
shoot an ice bullet up.
You get someone round.
Rick, don't say it, don't reveal it, because it's my story to tell.
Oh, I know two of them.
Well, listen, let me tell you it and see if this is the one, right? This is genius. Right, you rent a room across the street from the person you want to kill, right? And then when their window's open one day, right, what you've done is you've made an arrow from ice. Okay, and then what you do is you train, like, to become a brilliant marksman with a bow and arrow.
It's an old one.
It is brilliant, but this is why it's classic. And then you shoot them with the arrow, it goes across the street, into their heart, kills them instantly, but what's brilliant is, the arrow, the murder weapon, it then melts, dries out, there's no murder weapon. And then you can take apart the bow.
Another one, Steve, is to stab them, then take it out and walk away.
No,
no murder weapon.
No, but but you've got to get into the building. This is the point, you're across the street. Right. The only thing that could get you is if someone saw you shooting an arrow.
What about an arrow on a string?
Arrow on a string? What are you talking about? No, not an arrow on a string, because that's not going to work. What if the string broke as you were trying to loot?
Good point.
No, Rick,
the ice arrow is the only way. The ice arrow is the only perfect method of assassination.
That was on Columbo.
Was it?
But there's another one. Do you know, like I was saying about the
murder weapon's irrelevant, Steve.
What?
The fact that it's a murder weapon, that is irrelevant.
No, because there's fingerprints on it and stuff.
Yeah, but Africa, I defy you to win.
There's no fingerprints on a bullet when it goes through your head at 12,000 miles an hour.
They can trace it to the same gun, can't they? They can figure that out.
Throw the gun away!
No, but they'll find the gun, they always find the gun!
Burn it!
No, you can't burn a gun. Rick, my point is...
Melt it.
No, the point is his fingerprints and stuff.
Well, no, wipe it.
Ricky, never
Wear
try and kill
gloves.
someone.
Wear gloves.
They'll catch up with you.
They'll always catch up
Will
with you.
they? Oh, I won't then.
The ice arrow is the only way.
No,
The ice arrow.
I bet that was the one case that Columbo didn't solve.
That's one of them. The other one is, do you know I was saying the other week about the drinks and you chink your glasses and stuff?
Yeah.
A way around that, put the poison in the ice cube, you quickly have a swig before it's melted,
Before it's
and they'll
melted.
go, that's alright, I can drink that, it's not dangerous. Just say, oh, I'm gonna show you some pictures or something. Let the ice cube melt, the poison goes in the drink, say, oh, knock that back.
Yeah.
You look thirsty, they'll have it, they'll die.
Genius.
That is good.
Carl, you and I, man, we're like criminal masterminds.
Yeah.
All
What
right.
happens when they find the poison in the body and go, well, he was at Carl's house drinking, it might have been...
You'd have legged it.
Oh, yeah?
He'd have been off with his missus and like £30,000 or whatever it was.
Yeah.
Wouldn't it? Yeah.
So that's perfect as well, is
That
it?
is the perfect crime,
So,
Rick.
hold on, are all perfect crimes to do with ice?
Pretty much.
Roots, manoeuvre, witness. We were talking earlier about people who use Americanisms like
Yeah.
they've used it all their life, and it's our pet hate, isn't it? Really,
Oh.
like just people who say, "I was a DJ," and I look, you know, risk of sounding a little bit, you know, butt licky.
Butt licky?
What's that?
Never heard that.
Butt. Don't say butt.
Yeah. I heard someone say he was on my ass.
Oh.
He was on my ass.
Yeah.
I've never... What? I'll tell you what almost annoys me almost as much as that. There's a guy I used to know who'd pretend, and this guy was like, he'd never done anything wrong in his life. He had no street cred whatsoever. And I was driving along with him once, back from somewhere, and a police car just pulled out and was just following us along the road, because police cars sometimes do. Not following us, just happened to be driving in the same direction. And he went, hey, up the pigs, watch it. like what? I'm supposed to think, what, you've done some crime?
Yeah.
You're part of Grand Theft Auto 3, and I better be careful, because you've got some knocked out off gear in the back.
Yeah.
You'll watch it, it's the bloody pigs.
Or a dead,
just play it cool, play it cool.
a made man that you just
Exactly.
killed in the boot.
Nonsense, and I'm just so annoyed with that kind of pretending to have street cred.
I know, just I remember once, right, an American came to our school, we were all about 13 or 14, and he was just, he was like, you had to be his friend. And it was like people vying for his attention, because he was sort of this cool American bloke, right? And, he was like good at sports, straight, he's always, you know, it's just great. And, I remember someone saying like, tube, a toothpaste, and he laughed, said, tube. I go, well, what is it? They said, it's tube. Right? And people go, no, it's tube, right? And they go, it's tube, right? And I went, I say tube. He went, and they sort of looked at me, and they just thought, you liar. I just went, no, I say, let me think, no, I say tube. Oh.
When you're a kid, like, any American you ever meet is the coolest thing. It doesn't matter if he's a huge, fat bloke wearing Bermuda shorts and a camera on his neck, it's cool, because they speak with an American accent.
Well, that is cool.
And they say...
Being a huge fat bloke in Bermuda shorts is cool.
Sure.
Yeah.
That's what you keep telling yourself.
Yeah.
I'm growing into that look, says Rick. 41.
The Canadian tourist look.
Absolutely. But no, so anything, you know, sidewalk.
Yeah.
I mean, if I could say, like, when I was sort of 14, if I could have said sidewalk, fender, you know, I always wanted to go into a sandwich shop and just order something on rye.
I want to be one of those 80-year-old, sort of Yiddish blokes. Those, you know, sort of like old vaudeville Jewish guys. That, you know, they sit in diners and talk, you know, like Walter Matthau talks.
Right,
Like that. I wanna grow into that, a long coat, and I go, ish.
Oy vey.
Yeah, maybe I'll start.
Yeah. Well, convert to Judaism initially.
Yeah.
Be your first port of call, and then just tour the vaudevillian, you know, circuit.
Yeah.
In the Catskills.
What am I, some kind of schmuck?
Yeah.
Something like that.
What do you, Carl, would you like to be American?
No, not at all.
Really?
Got me nerves. When I was in,
Get on my nerves!
A whole nation there.
when I was in Barbados at Christmas.
Oh, name drop.
Right? Yeah. There's loads of them there, because that's...
Was that when you were doing a bit of extra sort of waiting? you were sort of your girlfriend was cleaning rooms, wasn't she?
Went there for Christmas, and there's loads of them there, because that's like really close to America. That's like Blackpool is to Manchester type
It's
thing.
exactly like that.
Yep.
So it's
I think that's the analogy a lot of Americans use.
so,
But I think they call it the tropical Blackpool.
but they were going on.
That's in all the brochures, I'm sure.
Right.
Yeah.
And serious now, but
Yeah,
we're going
serious.
on about the September 11th thing.
Yeah.
But they call it the of course this is American. Of course
Brilliant.
the 9/11
The 9/11.
That's what they call it.
Really? Oh, that's awful. That is, so it's like people who say 24/7.
Yeah.
Well,
I'm
Americans
working my
say
ass
that.
off 24/7.
Well, Americans that say that. Well, they're allowed though.
Oh, Americans are. I'm talking about an English person who might say it.
Yeah.
Fool. Yeah, no, that's terrible.
Yeah.
Do that American accent again?
Yeah, of course, the 9/11.
Where are you from?
What? Can we
Which part of America is that?
That's how they sounded in Barbados.
Sure.
Sure. But
Can you
Carl,
do any other impression?
but Carl doesn't, I very much doubt that Carl likes newfangled countries like America.
Yeah.
He doesn't like London.
No, true.
So he's not gonna
Have you been
like,
to America?
Yeah.
Did you enjoy it?
Went to Florida. No, they got me again.
Got on your nose?
Yeah. Went for some food.
yeah.
And it was the last few days. I didn't take much money with me, and we were in Florida, and we were hungry, and we went for some steak, and we had our dinner and that, and I think it's their equivalent to the Angus Steakhouse.
Yeah.
Right.
And sat down, had the steak, and that's huge, big portions. But anyway, we didn't have much money left, and we had like another 2 days left, so we didn't leave. We didn't have much money for a tip. Do you know over there they expect it?
Yeah, a big tip, yeah.
So we left what we could, and I don't know what it was. It might have only been the equivalent to 60 pence.
Yeah.
But he didn't have to do that much. We didn't have loads of courses because we didn't have much money. So he brought us like the main course, and I don't know, a couple of Diet Cokes. And anyway, left them the 60p.
Yeah.
On the way out, and he comes running over. Excuse me, sir, you can have this back. Because it wasn't enough. I mean,
Yeah.
it's outrageous.
What did you say?
I said, all right then. Well, I needed it. I mean, I thought it was nice to leave them something, but obviously it wasn't enough, so got us a couple of more.
Is it good fun with you on holiday? I mean, do you enjoy yourself?
Yeah.
Do people go with you on holiday?
I get bored after about 4 days.
You surprise me.
What do you expect out of a holiday, Carl? What do you go
Sort
for?
of soak up some of the culture.
Yeah.
You liar! You liar!
What did you learn about Barbados while you were there?
A lot of crabs on the beach.
I just imagine him sitting there with his knotted hanky on his head.
People let us sparkle as they're walking down the street. Can't see their faces.
I like that.
Not bad.
Bit of Gary Newman there. That's Richard X and Sugar Babes. Our Freaks Electric.
Is that one of those things where they've taken one song and they've laid it over the top of the other?
Yeah.
Brilliant.
It's good, no?
No, it's good.
I like that. Good.
Yeah, it's good. Classy.
Yeah, well, we're nearly done, aren't we?
We are almost finished. Which is a
A couple
shame.
of great tracks.
Had a few laughs.
Maybe we've had a few laughs, haven't we?
Yeah, exactly.
I've perked up.
Yeah, you have.
Yeah,
You've
no,
lost it here a bit though. You feel a bit. It sounds like you're a bit down again.
Well, that's just 2 hours work in one long stretch.
Yeah.
I reckon we could do a 3-hour show now.
No.
No?
No.
Skin of the teeth, sort of just.
Yeah, we barely got away with this.
Really?
This is beginning to fall apart now.
It is, isn't it? Yeah. Oh.
But yeah,
it's
we've
been
had a good
fun,
time. We've had a few laughs, as I say.
I just think of Carl on the beach. He said he started winding the crabs up because he got bored. He started throwing sand at them. It's like a child's experiment.
When you were in California, you weren't aggravating butterflies, were you? Because, that's a misdemeanor.
Scary though, the weather's really freaky.
Where?
In California.
Is it?
Yeah. In the day it's dead nice, come 6 o'clock it goes black, and then the rain comes down. It's freaky.
Is that every single day, Carl, or was that just the week you were there?
Every day, I was there for about a week, it happened every day.
So as far as you're concerned, that happens all year round?
Yeah, good thing.
So what you're saying is if people are booking a holiday, they should be conscious of this. It will always happen.
Californian tour.
That's
I think
fact.
it does. I think it does.
But why did you start throwing sand at crabs, by the way?
Just because you get bored on the beach, you sat there, you look around, and then I saw these crabs, and I was watching the way they move around, and what they
funny,
do,
innit?
sort of to.
Did that annoy you, the way they moved?
No, I mean it works for them,
Good of you.
but it was just what I was weighing up is they're quite close to the sea, so I was watching the sea come.
They like it close to you, don't they?
Yeah, but they don't like it too close.
No.
So like the sea was coming close to them, they'd run towards me.
Yeah.
So as the sea came in to them, I was chucking sand the other way, and it was like, ooh.
They didn't know what to do.
They didn't know where to go.
Really?
Oh, yeah.
How long did that keep you occupied for?
The last 3 days I was there.
Have you ever seen, I don't know if I've described this before, do you remember a classic Paul Daniels episode where, Paul is having tea with some baboons, I think? Chimps, full circle. And, he's got a little box, and inside the box is a mirror. And he gives it to the chimp, and it looks in the box, and it's confused by its own reflection, it can't figure it out. So it's looking behind the box, trying to figure out, is there another monkey behind it?
Yeah.
Goes on like that, it's dazed and confused. It was there for weeks, just staring into it. I imagine you're a bit like that on the beach with the crabs.
Yeah, that's great.
I think that's my analogy. Paul Daniels chimps.
Yeah, I kept a crab once for a week. When we went to Bognor, it was me, my mum and my nan in an...
Oh, party time! Oh, man alive.
You haven't lived until you've woken up to the sound at 3 o'clock in the morning of your nan, having a wee in a tin bucket and echoing round a caravan.
Man alive.
Yeah, I was about 9.
You'd brought a chick back.
I was about 9, right? And I just kept a crab in a first day I found
the bucket?
In a... I don't know where it came from. No, I found it on the beach and I brought it back and I kept it in a little bowl in the sink. And then the last day, it started to smell a bit. And then the last day, Mum said, go and put it back. And I went and put it back. So I had a pet crab for a week.
And did it die? What happened to it?
No, it just got bored.
Sure.
It says it didn't do a lot.
Did it start throwing sand at you? Oh. Listen, I think we better play some music because we've got a few songs to squeeze in. I just wanted to play a track. I was watching MTV the other day and I was a bit confused.
Yeah, so was I like that.
Because, I saw a video for the Electric Soft Parade's Silent to the Dark.
Yeah.
But it was called Silent to the Dark 2, but it was the same song. It sounds like they've redone it. The video is different to the old video. I was very confused. Hopefully someone will phone in and solve it for me. Anyway, this is the original Silent to the Dark. Still a good track. Let's hear it, Carl. Silent to the Dark, the debut single by the Electric Soft Parade.
I like that.
Yeah.
Very good choice there.
Apparently discovered by XFM, is that right, Carl?
Yeah, sent a tape into Claire Sturgis.
You see?
Big time now.
What did she do with it? And sold it.
Yeah.
Got a little £5 starter bag of skag.
Exactly. Oh,
and the rest is history. Well, I've enjoyed myself.
I have.
But can I just say, we don't just like, you know, muck around and do stupid things and play great music. We're also informative, and I'm going to leave London with this tip that Karl, for no reason, just told me. Do you want to do it, Karl, or shall I tell him what you just said?
Rick, we haven't got much time, you better explain it.
Okay. He said, you've been on the Millennium Wheel? I went, no. He went, well, if you do, here's a tip. Go when there's lots of disabled people on there. And I was up for it. I went, why? He went, you get more for your money, because they have to keep stopping and letting them off. You get an extra 6 minutes. Alright?
Good, solid advice if you're
so do that
get there today or tomorrow.
Yeah. Thanks.
Song for the ladies, Rick. I'll leave you with Lamb Chop. A lot of people aren't a fan of Lamb Chop for some reason. They don't like the way he sings, but this is a beautiful song.
That's the reason.
Up with people. See ya.
Bye.
Repeating now.
White Stripes, fell in love with a girl, XFM 104.9, 1:05 of a Saturday. That's what DJs say.
Of a Saturday, yeah.
Yeah,
of a Saturday.
Fast approaching.
Yeah, time fast approaching 1:10. What do you mean it's fast approaching? What's it speeding up, is it? Time's speeding up as it gets towards 2:10. Shut up.
Ricky Gervais, obviously.
With him, Steve Merchant.
Yeah, and Karl Pilkington.
Let's not forget Karl P, the K-man.
He's growing on people now.
Love him. People love him.
People was thinking, oh God, he's too much. Now going, they love him. Like, same as you. I mean, they still think you talk a little bit too much, but I mean, they love Karl. You know, but, I shouldn't say that because it'll rock your confidence.
Exactly. Yeah. No, I am a man of nerves. Sorry, I'm sidetracked because I'm looking on the internet here, on the website for XFM.
Yeah.
Because I was, well, partly bored, but also I was looking on the other day.
That's nothing I said though, was it?
No.
Right.
No. And, there were some people, commenting on the show.
Yeah.
And one person on there, I'm trying to find it, I don't want to misquote them. Yeah. Basically, as far as I remember, they said that, we knew even less about the music than the DJs that are on in the week.
Right. I think that is scientifically impossible.
Yeah.
So they've embarrassed themselves.
Exactly.
I think it's impossible.
You can't know less than the people that are on
I don't think so.
It's not going to multiply with 0. You just end up with 0. It doesn't make sense.
I checked with Steve Taylor, the man with the knowledge. He should know. But I don't think that's really annoying.
It's so annoying because I'd say this, we are passionate about the music and we do know what we're talking about. Just because we don't read the back of the CD box,
and play the list we're given with the 9 CDs that are on the playlist every month.
There's a piece of paper here.
And Carl's looking at me like he's thinking, oh no, we're having a go.
You've given away the magic of radio. You get pieces of paper here, and they've got little bits of details. So, for instance, White Stripes, this is the next single off White Blood Cells, February 2002. Now, it sounds like we know about the music. We get that off a piece of paper.
Exactly. Whereas, when we say about music and we're wrong, at least it's 'cause we didn't know.
Exactly.
See?
Alright? Don't criticise us.
Look at the All-Stars. The old.
So, can I don't want to criticise there, but if I was listening and I'd enjoyed that track and I wanted to know what it was, I wouldn't have understood what you just said.
Really?
Could you just say that again?
Low Fidelity All-Stars.
Yeah, Low Fidelity, because you went Low Fidelity All-Stars.
I was doing I was doing me DJ.
No, it's just you didn't know your mouth wide.
I can't be bothered.
No, sure.
It's to tell you, look at listen to him crinchling his little crinchling.
You're not crinchling.
You're not crinchling your Jaffa cakes, are you?
If it wasn't going out on air, no one knew.
I bet you're one of those people in cinemas that think you're being really quiet eating a bag of crisps, aren't you? Do you go to cinemas?
I haven't been for a bit, actually.
What do you do, Carl?
Carl!
What's an entertaining evening for you?
Yeah.
What would you do to occupy your time? Your hobbies, for instance.
Might get a video out from prime time.
Right. What would you enjoy that, or would it just be a chore for you?
No, I think things like that.
You really hate doing that.
That's when you really switch off and you forget all your problems and stuff.
What? You haven't got any problems?
You haven't got any problems, Carl?
You don't know that. I put on a face when I'm with you.
You wear a mask. Are you crying inside?
This is you being the happiest you can be. You're like a clown, aren't you? Oh,
Do you think I'm like a hard, miserable man? Because there was somebody else.
I don't think you're hard.
The other day, and like I said to him, I can't watch The Elephant Man because it upsets me.
God, you're the best. You don't know you're doing it. You're the best.
Can you watch it?
Well,
when it gets that bit where they're carrying him through the village and messing about with his head.
Well, do you know, this is true. My dad watched that once, and when we were watching it, my mum and my sister and that were all quite moved by it, almost for tears, thinking it was a wonderful example of man's inhumanity to man and all those things. Yeah. And my dad just went, wouldn't he make an amazing novelty rucksack? And it cheapened the film for me, and I've never had this sort of...
Steve was thinking, he's not that ugly.
Ooh. Blimey, here we go, we were laughing at Carl! Can we focus on one person at a time, Rick, please? Let's destroy him first.
Oh, God. Tell him what you said to me when that record was playing about the Jaffa Cakes. He bought some Jaffa Cakes, which was lovely. He went across the road and he handed out the Jaffa Cakes. And then I went, oh, thanks very much. And then what did you say?
I just remember learning at school, I'm not like making fun of the illness, because it's not funny, but they cure cancer.
Jaffa Cakes cure cancer?
Not like fully.
Right. They just go some way to helping.
Yeah. Do you know, it'll sort of help. If you've got it, you can't say, right, get me a load of Jaffa Cakes.
Right.
But I think it sort of puts a bit of a stop to it if you haven't got it. Do you know what I mean? It's like having vitamin tablets.
Is this medically proven? Should we get Dr. Fox down here to confirm that?
I can't. I actually can't cope. You're just play a record. Can
I just, if anyone has ever survived cancer thanks to Jaffa Cakes, please call in.
No, but I didn't say
He
that.
said, and then he went, it's the orange thing in it. And then he tried to read it. He said, I wonder if it's, and he tried to read out this scientific name.
But hey, it has tricks, but I think I've seen it before.
That's my favourite one I've ever done.
It's great, isn't it? Yeah,
really good. Yeah.
Because I always had a problem with Gomez before, because it always sounded like they were trying to sound like these world-weary Tom Waits style, gravelly voice guys.
And they were 20.
And they were like 14, yeah.
Yeah, but I mean, that's great. That's really good. Yeah.
Yeah, no,
well done, boys.
Yeah, well done.
Yeah.
Gervais gives it thumbs up.
Oh, dear. Can I play an Elvis Costello track?
You know, I'd love to bloody hear some Elvis Costello. Why are we saying that?
Well, you know why? Because we met him and he's a lovely man.
We did meet him, yeah.
And,
I wish him to show off.
I remembered all the great songs he's ever done. I didn't like his spoken word much, too much. And, some of his later projects I thought were a little bit, but his own songs from, 1978 to about 1980, I thought were great.
Why did we meet him? I can't just remember why we met him, Rick.
Oh.
Can't remember.
I wasn't doing that.
No, I can't remember.
We won an award.
Was it because we won another bloody award? Stop giving us awards, please.
Oh, God.
Not enough room in my house.
Oh, dear, we've only got 2.
Yeah,
and we haven't got one of those. The one was the BBC, so he's got a lot of room in his house. And I've got the other one, he let me have it, so he's got no award in his house at all.
Can I,
You can borrow it.
Can I don't know who you're talking to someone. I spoke to Richard Wilson from, One Foot in the Grave.
I spoke to him.
Yeah, but he's a lovely bloke. He's a really nice guy, but he said to me, could I do a cameo in the office for £40,000? And I went, could, like, Ricky do, like, an amusing pratfall or something, and then you just come in as a cleaner and go, I don't believe it. And he looks at me like, why have you said that? Why have you brought that? I felt so guilty.
Oh no!
I so wanted to apologise.
But why is it so? We know it's wrong to do that.
I don't know why I said it.
We know. Do we think, no, it's different for me?
Exactly. We're in the business.
I'll do a new twist on I don't believe it, and he'll go, you know, that's the best I don't believe it twist I've ever heard.
I don't know what I was thinking.
Why did you? You didn't tell me that.
I know, I felt ashamed. I felt really ashamed.
No.
I was a little bit drunk, I wasn't thinking straight.
Oh,
it was so embarrassing. I was talking to a friend of mine who said, who was it? I can't remember, he said that he was watching it was a sports cast, which it may have been, Formula 1 racing or something like that. And he was watching, there's a commentator, and the commentator's got to keep talking all the time.
Yeah.
And he was going, and there's the team there's, oh, good to see so-and-so's girlfriend in the and he said he saw, and it cut to Richard Wilson in the audience, and he went, and the bloke went, and there's One Foot in the Grave. I love that. He knew he had to say it there, but he couldn't just name all the characters.
Oh, that's fantastic.
And there's One Foot in the Grave.
Oh, dear.
That'd be brilliant. And there's The Office. Brilliant.
What, you're putting us alongside One Foot in the Grave, thing that's been going like 10 years and one of those, what, you're putting us alongside, it beat us, Steve, get over it. It beat us in the Comedy Awards.
No, I was just saying that you're an identifiable face if you're at a Formula 1 event. You know. Old. Grumpy.
One Foot in the Grave.
Yeah, One Foot in the Grave, exactly. Yeah. Anyway, Carl, any thoughts before we move on anything we've said so far?
Elvis Costello.
Well, I'd like to play, Red Shoes.
Are we ready for...
Not yet, I'm just saying.
What?
Do you know who his dad is?
Declan McManus. No,
I don't know his real name.
Declan McManus. He was a big band leader in the 50s or something, wasn't he?
No, he was in the White's Lemonade ad. Yeah.
Oh!
Was he?
Oh no, there's so much to do with that.
Good, so we're catering there to the audience listening who are 50 and above. Well, I don't, and I'm the target audience.
I'm a secret lemonade drinker. White's lemonade. You must remember that.
Never heard that.
Oh, those chimps that drink tea. Oh, once, right, in school, we had a French dictionary, and you know, ice cold coke on the back of my throat. Singing hello summertime, it's the real thing. Remember that?
No!
Oh, you were there. We translated that into French.
Is that the end of that story?
Yeah!
That's the end of the story?
Yeah! But I know it in French.
Do it.
But it doesn't make sense, we just literally did the word.
Go on, I can't believe you remember this.
Tres fois, coke, solidaire, among gauche, chante, bonjour, estival, jump, celebrate.
That's the only French you know, isn't it?
It's not even French! We just did it word for word, it doesn't make any sense.
Can you say another word of French? Can you quote
Le
Shakespeare?
Plume de ma tante.
Can you quote anything else? Is there anything else you can quote other than that? Is there anything else you learned at school that you can remember word for word?
No?
Nothing.
Le chat est sur le mur.
I don't just mean French, I mean anything. English, maybe a bit of poetry that you can remember?
Of course I can, yeah.
Go on, quote a bit of poetry for me.
Like what?
Whatever you remember.
Light through on the window breaks, it is the east and Juliet is the sun, the rise west sun and kill the envious moon, who was already sick as well. Anyway. What do you want?
Doesn't really count.
What? Shakespeare doesn't count?
No, because that's everyone knows that one.
Oh, going what then? What should I know?
The Windhover by Gerald Manley Hopkins. Oh, you can't do that one. I caught this morning's morning minion, Kingdom of Daylight, still thinking about Wonder Falcon and his riding of the High.
Hold on, no. We haven't done Carl yet.
Wait a minute, K-Man. Anything you can remember from school that you learned, that you had to maybe, memorise?
French.
Not necessarily French, you could...
anything you can remember. This can be anything you remember from school, apart from the orange stuff stops cancer.
Yeah.
It's not the cough that carries you off, it's the coffin that carry you off in.
Beatles, Revolution.
Mm-hmm.
Was that clear?
Yes, it was, yes.
Yeah, good. We got to speed this up, because we know, it's funny, because our first link, when we had to go, like, the library and the playlist, when we played the record, Carl went, You usually do it at the end when you've run out of stuff.
Yes. What's left off, yeah.
So we started with what's usually our worst bit of material, so I think we've got to turn this show round.
Right.
Carl's been holding this together, to be honest.
Yep.
It's Carl's beautiful naivety and, can I say it, Carl, in the nicest way, stupidity
Yes.
that are keeping the listeners...
I wouldn't class it as stupid.
I'm only joking. I'm only joking, mate. Of course you're not stupid. Everyone knows you're not stupid. You're sincere, and that can sometimes be, you know, frowned upon in this cynical world.
Would you say you've learnt stuff from me in the past few weeks?
Definitely. Definitely. Rather like a scientist learns from injecting mice.
Yeah.
No, but I've learnt from you about ants and stuff. I think every week, as weeks go on, I feel like...
We're learning from each other.
I'm learning more now than I did when I was at school.
And can I just clarify?
Yeah.
You weren't raised as an experiment and you've escaped from a laboratory. You had regular upbringing in Manchester and that.
Yeah, I didn't go to school much because me mum and dad had a caravan.
Right.
And
No need, is there? No need when you've got that sort of fun at home.
I used to just go away for weeks.
Really?
Yeah.
Is that true?
Yeah, honestly.
Where's you used to go?
Port Maddock.
But
And, so you didn't go to school much?
No, I did, but not as much as everyone else.
No.
How many holidays were your parents having?
Oh,
What was their income that they could...
No, my dad used to work nights, and he used to travel back, because to Manchester from Wales, it wasn't that far. And
Manchester to Wales?
He used to do 4 on and 4 off, so me and my mum were, like, loving it.
But what Port Meredith?
Port Maddock.
Port
Just
Maddock.
down the road from Port Merion, where they filmed The Prisoner.
Right?
Okay, so that's cleared up for me.
Yeah,
Location-wise.
so what did you do then? You were in this little 2-berth caravan on the back of a Cortina estate.
Right.
Well, what was it? What was the car? I want the, what was
Granada, full Granada.
Full Granada. What are we talking? 1980?
Yeah, 82, 83,
80, right?
84, 85.
Okay. And you're in the car, down there, park up.
Yeah.
What was it? What was Port Meredith?
Port Maddock.
Port Maddock.
Remember Ruth?
It's just,
Oh, yeah.
it's just a holiday camp.
Yeah?
And had an arcade and a beach. I was loving it.
Yeah?
But, so of the 52 weeks of the year, let's assume, I don't know how many weeks you take off normally for holidays anyway. Let's just say, I don't know, you go to school 45 weeks of the year maybe? Generally, most kids?
No.
Bit less.
Bit less than
About
that?
42.
How many weeks would you say you actually spent in school?
Well, how many weeks do you have off for summer?
Well, we'll work that out, that's what
About
we need.
6 off for summer, about 3 for Easter, about 3 for Christmas.
Put it this way, I'm surprised I'm not Welsh, to be honest.
Right.
So I was there more than was in Manchester.
Did the school authority not come and check you out?
No, they didn't.
Didn't get Manchester, I suppose they didn't care, do they?
Not really.
Yeah.
They're lucky you turned up at all. What did you just turn up for the last day when you could take in your best toy? Did you know that when you could take in any game?
Just play with everyone else's. Why, you know, I break my stuff.
Sure.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, it's a good
Well, this
point.
answers a lot. This does answer a lot. The fact that you spent most of your time on the beach as a kid.
Teachers were no good at my school. We were talking about it yesterday. About
So you were teaching them a lesson by going off for the summer. Yeah. And did you go to university?
No.
No. Did you go to sixth form or college?
No.
When did you leave school?
When I was about 15.
Right. What, you just went on holiday and didn't come back?
I just got a job early, didn't I?
Where was it? Port Maddock?
Get in there. No, I was a printer. BM Print in Trafford Park.
Well, that's great. That's a little interview there.
Yeah, little
next
there.
I'll be interviewing Steve Merchant. What are we playing next?
Bit of elbow.
Oh, this is fantastic. This is Elbow. Elbow, Asleep in the Back. I think that is absolutely beautiful. I think Elbow are my favourite new group.
We've sang their praises many times and they never phoned to thank us.
Should they?
Yes.
Do they?
Annoying.
Really?
Annoying.
No, they're doing a good job there. I wonder if they found their lyrics. Because I also wanted to write a song from, didn't I? They didn't take me up on that either, Steve.
I'm not sure I'm so keen on them now. Carl, can I have a Jaffa cake? Because I've just found a lump.
I think, you don't mean me, do you?
No.
Alright, good.
Thanks, Steve.
Now, we interviewed Carl there. I think we've learned a little bit more about Carl there.
You did, yeah.
And, I'm going to interview Steve now, Carl, because I used to be... You concentrating. Don't put it all in at once.
Carl, chew. Chew before you swallow. Careful. Alright.
I used to suffer with that a lot.
What?
Not chewing.
The amount of times I nearly died as a kid.
What? Forgetting to chew.
Choking.
Sure.
Mint Imperials. My mum stopped that.
Drinking them with water.
She didn't have to hide them.
He's coming out of his shower, isn't he? He's happy Saturdays. He's miserable all week, and he's happy Saturdays, isn't he? Oh, look at him. It's like we get him weekends.
Yeah.
And he's just happy because we sort of spoil him, don't we? And he has Jaffa cakes and everything. We let him on the radio.
He has to go and live with his stepmum again, don't we?
Oh, no.
They're the ones who listen.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Your girlfriend does, doesn't she, I imagine?
She's been away for ages.
I know.
I imagine she just switches off after a while.
But you know we love you, don't you? We're excited. We talk about you in the week, and we think you're great. So don't just think we're using you as
cheap comedy material. I'd hate you to think that, Carl.
Right, no, I'm gonna interview Steve. You know, because I used to be a chat show host. Well, I am a chat show host. Well, did you see me at Ricky Gervais?
No. I worked on it and I didn't watch it. No one watched it.
That's terrible.
No one watched it.
What do you think, Carl?
I loved it.
See?
Are you thinking of Parkinson?
And I didn't know Ricky then, so I'm being fair.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, I'm going to interview Steve Merchant now.
Okay.
Live on air, XFM 104.9. We should say that more often.
Yes. Ricky Gervais.
Because they might tune, I think they've got a hospital radio by mistake. Yeah, Ricky Gervais. Yeah. Okay, Steve Merchant. Great to be here. Hi. Now, you're a very tall man, if I might say. You're 6'7", aren't you?
Yes.
Was that a bit of a problem at school?
Well, yeah, a few jokes here and there.
Yeah,
a gentle ribbon, but not nothing too problematic.
What's the weather like up there?
Well, exactly.
Skinny, all that sort of thing. Oh, you're lanky.
Yeah.
Oh, dear. And, what about the glasses?
Well, I wear glasses, but again, that wasn't really a problem, you know.
They didn't call you Four Eyes,
really.
They didn't call you Four Eyes Freaky Lank thing. They didn't call you Freak Pot. Freaky the freakish.
Alright, I'm not sure I'm enjoying this mix. I'm not sure.
I'm just saying, they didn't do that.
As an interview, I'm not sure that's the best approach.
Okay, and then you left school.
Yeah.
You went to university. There, were you called Freaky, Freak-eyed, Four-eyed Git?
Four-eyed Git.
Are you sure?
Never been called it.
Were you called Freaky, Lanky, Four-eyed, Stupid-haired, boggle-eyed Freak Face? Fish Face?
Is your track show coming back? Is this what you I never watched it. Is this what you said to people like, I mean, you had some big names on there, didn't you? Tony Hart.
Yeah.
That bloke off Ground Force.
Well, the problem was they'd either heard of me or they hadn't. Either way, they didn't want to.
It was a problem.
Yeah, it was a problem.
Who would you say was the biggest name you had?
They're all dead now.
Okay.
Probably the youngest one, survived. I think Penny Smith is still with us.
Right.
Yeah. Biggest name?
You had Savile.
Jimmy Savile.
You had Daniels, Paul.
Yeah, Paul Daniels, yeah.
But which was the biggest name, would you say, that you had on the show from the 1970s?
Peter Purvis.
Peter Purvis, of course.
He was a joy.
No, but, so
that's just...
But it's not coming back though, that show, we're not...
No, not in that form. The Channel 4 wanted to see some changes.
What sort of changes?
Ratings.
Right.
Now I'm gonna play a lovely track. Thanks, Steve Merchant.
Thank you.
I'm gonna play a lovely track by Elvis Costello. I think one of his first hits, maybe even be his first hit, back in the 70s. This is, Red Shoes. Zinger meets Spray, apparently. I've never heard of them.
No.
Sounds good. It's spelt Spray, though, but Carl reckons it's Spray. Song 2, a cover of, Blur's Song 2.
Yes.
You wouldn't recognise it,
In the
would you?
dubbed version? No.
In an old school reggae dub style.
Nice.
Lee.
Big 'em up.
Yeah, all that. Oh, we know all that.
All the wording. Yeah.
Oh, we know all that, yeah. So, yeah, that was quite interesting. I quite like that.
Yeah, that's not bad. Filled up 3 minutes.
Before that, Elvis Costello, Red Shoes.
Lovely.
What a great song.
Debut, was it? Debut single?
I think so. It's the first one I remember of his, but, you
We'll
know.
probably give Elvis a call, won't we, and chat to him about it.
Yeah.
He's a pal now.
Yeah. Well, the celebrity.
Yes.
Life.
You, because you told me something else about your celebrity world that I thought might be of interest to the listeners. I don't know if you're happy to mention it.
What?
Your, forthcoming TV appearance? Carl might be interested.
Oh, yeah. I've been invited. I don't usually do these things.
Yeah.
But I sort of quite like the show. I've watched it for a while. It's on Room 101.
Have you seen this, Carl? Do you know that show?
You don't like it?
No. But is it still Nick Hancock as well?
No.
Who is it?
Paul Merton.
God, is he still around? I've seen him for ages.
He's probably going to be a great pal of mine come Tuesday.
No, sir, I mean, that doesn't make any difference.
No.
Have you got all the channels tuned in right on your TV? Paul Merton's a huge star. He's on all the time.
Yeah.
No, is he heck? Yeah, he's on Have I Got News For You and all the rest of it.
Yeah.
What's the rest of it?
Well, anyway, look, Room 101 is the show.
Room 101
Right,
is the show where you put in the things you hate into this imaginary room.
And I thought I'd do it because it's for a laugh, because, you know, they let you speak and it seems like a bit of fun.
What are you going to put in there?
Oh, I'll ruin it, won't I, for all the listeners?
Oh, right, yeah. Switch off now if you don't want to hear what Ricky Gervais is going to put in Room 101.
I don't know, just things that irritate me, like, I don't know, I'm putting in noisy people who make unnecessary noise, for one thing.
Right.
Right.
Can I just stop you there for just 1 second?
I know what you're going to say.
No. I was just thinking, just wonder if there's a little case there of the pot calling the kettle black. Because you are the most annoying man ever in the history of all things. And I've met a lot of people in my life, I like to think. Even everyone. I mean, to anyone I went to school with who was possibly, an evil man, would throw things at people when, the teachers just throw stuff at them all the way through the lesson, throw things at the back of your head. Even he was not as irritating as you are.
Really?
Just the fact that you're just crunching up a plastic spoon now.
Well, what's good is that?
It's annoying.
Yeah, I know, but,
It's just, you're so irritating. You're always making the little noises, just little sounds all the time. we were working yesterday, right? And I was typing this, and he had an elastic band between his teeth, right? I don't know how he's got, how he just seems to end up with an elastic band between his teeth, right? And he was flicking it, so it was making a noise, boom, 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 boom. What were you saying? You were just going, the rain on Spain falls mainly on the plain. The rain in Spain stays mainly on the plain. Just kept doing that, right, repetitively. Yeah. I eventually, what are you doing? What are you up to? He went, sorry. Tried to wrap the elastic band round his face, right, it flipped up, hit him in the nose, right, he screamed, because that hurt, obviously, came quite tight. And he said to me, if I can flip this elastic band and hit your glasses, right, not your face, but if I can hit your glasses, can I flip the elastic band at you? I went, well, how am I going to find out if you can, if you might hit my face? He went, well, why don't you cover up the skin on your face, your nose and everything, with some paper?
Which he did!
Yeah, just to keep you happy. Yeah. And then he flicks it at me, so I grabbed it, flicks it at him. He ran off screaming, swearing at me. Oh, don't frighten me.
I was saying, don't be childish. Retaliation is childish. I did it first, so...
It's pathetic, endlessly. Just this kind of...
No, but you agree with me on that people who just, I can't stand noisy eaters, people who go...
No,
like that.
I do agree with that.
And people eating crisps, as I said before, people eating crisps in cinemas.
Well, anyone who's making noise in the cinema. It's
I know. They must be mental. They've gone to see a film, there's people they don't know there, everyone's paid £8.
And they're crunching away.
Oh, leaving their phones on!
I was in the cinema, there was a 16-year-old girl, took a phone call in the cinema, the film was running, she went, hi, yeah, I'm in the cinema, started having a conversation on the phone. I was thinking, how important is this call that you've got to receive? Oh, it's Tokyo ringing, Mr. Yakamoto's there, the deal's going through. It's Saturday afternoon, you should be up there, hairdressers. I just was I was in the cinema.
Oh, by the way, Mr. Yakamoto's coming round tonight, and we can't use my pad, so you've got to make him a meal.
Yes.
Don't you and your wife muck things up for me.
But I was in the cinema, it's not long ago, and, I went to see that, I think I was off to see that film, Crouching Tiger, Hidden Dragon, or whatever it's called. You know,
well, they could be on the phone for that, because it's subtitles. So it's not going to ruin it, is it?
Yeah, it wasn't her. I was sat next to another woman. She was crunching, a big fat woman.
No, but he's got a good point there.
Loads of people could be on the phone in there, and it wouldn't sort of niggle you.
Fine. Well, at least we've cleared that.
Imagine if that was true.
Well, because, it's like when you go on the tube and read a paper, there's loads of noise, but you can still concentrate, can't you?
He's got you!
Do you know
That's such a great point, isn't it?
Right, yeah, because it's so easy to lose yourself in that magic realism world, with all the sound effects and music and surging, exciting noise, and there's a woman clattering on going, yeah, well, I'll probably meet you later, Stange. Should we get some Diamond White in and around by the park?
Yeah.
Switch off. I do it.
Yeah, but we know what you're like, Carl.
Yeah, you can switch off, Carl.
It's like you can turn your ears off. That's the skill you have.
It's not the ears, it's the behind the ears.
Yeah.
It's the process between the ears and the brain that you can switch off, so we can still hear all these things like a cat.
But I was in the one, there was this woman sat next to me, she was a big fan one, she was crunching on some popcorn. Again, that's a crime. Why they're selling popcorn in cinemas? I don't understand why the noisiest...
regularly,
why the noisiest food in a cinema?
Yeah.
I don't understand why that's come about.
Yeah.
It really makes me angry.
Yeah.
Exactly right.
Smoothies. We want smoothies without straws.
Exactly. The trailer for that film AI, Artificial Intelligence, came on. Do you remember that? And the tagline was, David is 11 years old. He weighs 60 pounds. He's 4'6" tall. He has brown hair. His love is real, but he is not.
Oh, yeah.
And she just went, how old was he again? To her boyfriend. Right? Just ruined it. War film trailer comes on for some Pearl Harbor or something. She goes, yeah, don't fancy that. Just announcing this, don't fancy that. Too many war films. So then the trailer, then the opening credit comes on for Crouching Tiger. Before that, that thing that comes up that says it's signed by the BBFC and it has the kind of certificate and everything, and that certificate to say what age you have to be. That came up, and it says Crouching Tiger, Hidden Dragon in brackets subtitles. She went, it's not subtitled, is it? I thought this was the most famous foreign film for years. It won Oscars, it was a huge film, everyone knew it was foreign. She goes, it went, and so the credits begin, it says Crouching Tiger, Hidden Dragon. She went, stupid name for a film.
What? She just wanted
Paid to see it. She was with her boyfriend. So then it starts, right? And obviously it's in Japanese or Mandarin or something. She's like, yeah, and they're all talking in Japanese.
Japanese or Mandarin.
Whatever it is. So they're speaking in this, Japanese language or Oriental language. And she's going, don't they sound stupid? Don't they sound stupid? She's going, and then the subtitles come up, and it's quite a weird kind of strange language they talk in. And she's going, can't make the subtitles out either. It's both gobbledygook. Just wittering on every step of the film.
I totally agree with you, but what I like in your telling of it, I know you were getting quite emotional.
I'm genuinely livid.
But she went Mandarin or Japanese, some Oriental language, and
well, I don't know what it was.
It's a strange language. It's a strange language.
Well, anyway,
oh dear.
So then I moved. I climbed over several seats, made a big huff of, make a big show of moving. Yeah. Sat next to a guy on the phone, just chatting on the phone.
Oh, the guy mental at that.
So now I hate that film. I didn't enjoy it. I don't like seeing it. I don't want to even think of it.
It's subtitles, isn't it?
What? Rubbish.
That's why I get videos.
Yeah, I should have thought that through, Carl. You're absolutely right.
Lamb Chop?
Yeah, let's play Lamb Chop. This is brilliant. This is from this CD that came out recently with Uncut magazine. Occasionally they play out some quite interesting free CDs. And this was one that had various covers of Rolling Stones songs. And a lot of them were, quite shoddy, but this was a brilliant, specially done, I think, for the CD. It's Lamb Chop doing a version of quite an obscure Rolling Stones song called Backstreet Girl. It's just beautiful. Let's hear it.
Andy Warhol's Get Off. Getting a little bit blasé now. Steve's just wandered off to make the tea.
He's talking to Dermot.
Is he not really, is he?
Yeah.
Is he just down there? Can you hear this?
Nah.
That is a bit shoddy, isn't it?
Yeah, it's not
I'm going to see, Pop Idol tonight.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah. Yeah. Who do you think will win? Will or Gareth?
I don't care.
Do you really?
No, it was in,
Was I boring you? Sorry.
It was in Leicester Square, right? The little lad.
Yeah.
In, big coach with his head on the side.
Yeah.
I mean, how long's he been around?
Was it an accident?
No, but do you know, like, those ones that footballers have?
Big heads.
No, that really big coaches. I mean, he's only a small
Big
lad.
Coach, what, like?
I don't know why he needs a
trainers, you mean?
big coach. Look, if you're just gonna be like that, I'm not telling you.
Sorry, go on.
Big coach.
Yeah.
With his head on the side, and he came in, and
his picture on the side. Yeah.
Right. And about 200 kids screaming and going mental for him.
Really?
I just don't think it's right. No, it's not. I mean, it's been around for, a couple of weeks. And the way everyone keeps going on about his stuttering...
What, you think they should really concentrate on worshipping worthy sort of things like S Club 7 and A1 and...
Look...
Who have been around for a year?
So you pick on me when Steve's not
Well, it's only a joke, isn't it? Here he comes. Here he comes. He can't believe it.
But it's just the way, like... They keep going on about the stuttering.
Yeah.
What's going on here?
Well, you were late. What are we meant to do?
We're playing on a record!
Oh, we can't possibly go on without Steve. Oh, we need Sting. What?
Hey? See, that's the reason you shouldn't do it without me. I meant nothing. Probably a good reason not to let you have this cup of tea. But I will anyway.
Thanks. Cheers, thanks. Just saying that, Karl thinks all this nonsense about Pop Idol is a little bit sort of, shallow. Because they've not been around long enough to be worshipped by children.
You were saying there when you were talking to
Unlike Santa Claus, who's been around, well, forever.
Yes. He was in Leicester Square in a big coach of his own.
Who was?
Gareth. He's only a small lad. He had biggest coach I've ever seen.
A coach?
Yeah. One of those, like, National Express coaches.
He just probably come down from wherever it is he lives.
No, with his head on the side.
What?
We went through this.
His own coach. Not like
You mean like a tour bus?
Yeah, but with his head on the side.
With his face on the side?
So it's his own coach.
Was he driving it?
Was he really nasty? We can't have a toilet break yet. You had your chance.
Yeah.
Sit down.
Wait till we get the service.
I'm finishing this fag and then we're moving on.
And if you're not back from the toilets, I'm gone.
Yeah. It's a lovely restaurant here. Alright, Jeff. Well, you know the food. Yeah, well, not my brother-in-law or anything.
It wouldn't have been quite as snappy as that if he'd been saying all that.
No.
Well, that's it. Everyone keeps talking about the stuttering, but they never go on about his asthma. And he's got really bad asthma.
They don't.
You're right, we should attack the asthma more as well.
Do you think he's held that back for the final? Do you think he's bringing out the big guns for the final? Oh, and by the way, I've got...
Did you do the way he does that?
Well, he's trying to... That's a
not
therapy.
asthma, Carl, that's him trying to breathe in order to help him speak.
That's a therapy.
Have you guessed about the asthma?
I thought you read this or something. What you thought his asthma was because he goes... That's him. He has to do that to get over the stuff. That's a therapist.
I haven't got bad asthma then.
What if you ever have kids? Maybe he hasn't got asthma.
When you cross the road, don't bother looking both ways.
Yeah.
Just walk straight across.
I love that. Imagine a doctor saying that. Oh, asthma. No, he does that. Has he? Oh, it's not asthma then. Okay, well, I'm stuck.
We better operate. Well,
don't operate. It's just, he just fell over.
No, I heard him breathing heavily. He's probably got something lodged.
I've got a story about breathing heavily after this next record.
Really good.
Munch. Got you. Although Steve thinks it's Monk.
It makes more sense, don't you think? Monch is a bit of a rubbish word, whereas monk, brilliant.
Yeah, but
let's not discuss it.
No, let's not get into a big highfalutin.
Yeah, exactly.
Phonetics argument.
No.
They can call themselves what they want.
That's up to them.
And good luck to them.
Yep, good guys.
Now, I am going to Pop Idol tonight.
Yep.
This is what started it until he said there was a young kid being screamed at by kids because he had his own coach with his head on the side.
Yeah.
You did sort of like...
I don't know where you're going though, Rick, because you know who's going to win. It's going to be Gareth, and there's no...
Not necessarily.
Yes, it is. Oh, it is.
No.
Don't even fool yourself trying to drum up some excitement.
Well, look, wait. You see, they both got about the same vote, and Darius has got like 1.5 million. Now, I don't think the Darius vote was sort of like the Gareth sort of floating voters. Because he's a cute kid and everything, and he sort of like looks like a pop idol. And, but he's not as good a musician, and I think maybe when people went for Darius, they were a bit kitsch, but I think they might...
Do you want to make a wager?
Oh, I bet Gareth will win.
Exactly. You see? You may as well stay home, Rick. You just want to go to meet PJ and Duncan.
Yeah, they call themselves Out on Deck nowadays.
Well, fair enough.
They're my favourite.
They'll always be PJ and Duncan to me, and they're brilliant.
They are brilliant, aren't they? They're the best
It seems to me there's no one else, like, on TV that kind of unites everyone. I don't think there's anyone really that can honestly say, if they're being honest, that they don't like Ant and Dec.
I know.
It's like, there's no one else like
Phone in if you don't like Ant and Dec.
And I'd like to hear your arguments for it, because and I'm not saying about this ironically, I like a couple of kids presenters ironically, I think they're genuinely good.
Yeah, they're good.
They're likeable, they're funny.
Yeah, and you can see they've got a great relationship as well.
They've got that sort of Morecambe and Wise, every man appeal. They're brilliant.
Yeah, well, we love Ant and Dec.
Did you see in the week there was what's his name? The fellow that Dominic Mohan in The Sun. He's the kind of entertainment guy. Yeah. And he had sort of 10 questions that should be answered about Pop Idol, because he thinks everyone's got a vested interest in Gareth winning. And there are various questions. One of which was, why is it that Gareth only seems to stutter when he's being interviewed live?
It's because he's nervous, isn't it?
Yeah. We've answered that one for you, Dominic. He was trying. You realised that he'd written a list. And he didn't really have enough to fill up 10.
Although you were nasty about his stutter. You said it annoys you.
No, I'm not arguing that the stutter annoys me. His query was he thought that he was affecting the stutter in order to win the
annoyed that someone's stuttering though?
Really annoys me because it's just embarrassing. It's cringeworthy. See, the thing is this, I know people say, it shouldn't be an issue, right? We're talking about a pop idol. Now, everyone accepts the fact that he's got to be a good-looking guy to be a pop idol. We all accept that. And I'm saying I also want him to be able to speak properly to be my pop idol. I'm not saying that there's anything wrong with having a stutter. But I'm not saying there's anything wrong with being ugly.
That is true. There is true that if there's a body fascism.
Yeah, there should also be a vocal fascism.
Yeah, but there's not a trauma if you don't look like a pop star. There is a trauma in society if you can't speak normally. So it's a much bigger issue.
His trauma?
Well, yeah, of course it is.
But it's not. I'm not arguing about what we think, because a lot of people think that a lot of people get abuse if they're ugly. I mean, I'm guessing. I'm assuming that's the case.
Well, I can't speak very well.
I don't know if that's the case, but...
We'd make one great pop star between us.
I don't think so.
My looks and your talkie. Oh. Although you sound like some sort of weird Wordle.
I'm not trying to be a pop idol! People can idolise me in their own small ways.
Oh, dear. Oh, God. Look at us three. Imagine if we tried to be like, BB Mac. Or light funky ones. I'm just thinking of like 3 good-looking guys. Genesis.
Did I mention about when we were in America? Did I mention that last week?
The Police, no?
Did I mention this to you, Carl?
Oh.
Did I mention it last week?
Yeah.
When I was in America at a wedding, went to a wedding with some friends, we were walking through America, there's 5 of us walking down the street in New York, and a car pulls up, and some Chinese tourists lean out, and they went to us, "Excuse me, are you NSYNC?" And we said, "Yes we are." And they were taking our photo and stuff.
Just think of Steve at the back, sort of like 2 foot taller than the
Which
others.
member of NSYNC is 2 foot taller than all the rest?
Don't Chinese people like tall people or something?
Right, play a record.
No, seriously.
No, because it's...
I don't think you know what you're talking about,
Yeah.
Carl. We're likely to get in dangerous territory.
Yeah. Don't Chinese people like tall people?
There's something that... I'm sure. Do you know, like I was saying...
Phone in if you're Chinese and you like
Carl,
tall people.
what worries me is that when they did Chinese lessons, you were down the beach in Wales.
In Ruth Maddock.
Paul Maddock.
Paul Maddock.
Oh. Do you want to play Lou Reed?
Oh, this is Song for the Lovers. It's a beautiful track. It's Satellite Love. It's classic. It's gorgeous. It's Lou Reed.
Rick, can I dedicate this to someone?
Go on then.
Carl, you shouldn't have pressed the button.
Well, he's doing his job. You shouldn't have said, "Can I dedicate this to someone?"
We've had a letter.
Yeah.
Sophie wants to dedicate a song to her boyfriend Peter. They're firm fans of the show. Let's play Satellite Love for them by Lou Reed.
Beautiful. Song for the Lovers.
Don't ruin it this time, Carl. Oh, brilliant. How to ruin a song by Ricky Gervais. Do you want to explain what you were doing?
I was just, singing along to the backing vocal.
You're not just singing along.
Doing it like a mental.
Well, just give us a blast.
Well, I haven't got my headphones on, I've got to do it in time, haven't I now? Because wait, was it? Is it finished?
It's finished, man.
And it was just going, when Bowie goes, satellite, I was going, ah, like that.
Yeah. But in Room 101, you're going to put irritating people.
But it's something nice what making.
Are you going to climb down that little thing and climb in yourself?
It's sort of, yeah, maybe.
You know they have sort of a visual representation of the thing that irritates them. They always have that, like Shakespeare, there would be a bust of Shakespeare's head. Just a picture of you.
Yeah.
Really?
Oh dear. Bowie in the background, Satellite Love, Song for the Lovers. I should have like sung along on air.
I love the idea of you when that came out, you know, sort of 17, got a girl back to your place, you know, just making out with her, just that record's on in the background, you just go, ow! I'm gonna have to shoot off now, Rick. Ow! Just send me to it, I'll enjoy myself. Ow! I'll finish myself off. Ow!
Oh dear! Oh, you can't do that!
Oh, we've cheapened that song. Oh. You've ruined that song forever for me.
No, I haven't.
But it's see the thing about Lou Reed is because Perfect Day, just a genius song, but we can never play it now, can we? Because of that BBC ad.
No, because I'll tell you what's her name coming in at the end? M people.
Yeah.
That thing she does with her voice.
That song. There's a couple of songs that have kind of like I always remember.
And who's that one that goes? It's such a perfect day.
Yeah, some of opera ponce.
Yeah. Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah.
So that's a song. Any other songs ruined because of their association with things? That song, First Time, which was on the Coke ad. First time, first love. Ruined now, was that on Coke.
Wasn't that Fallen on Blondes?
Oh, that was Robin Givens.
Robin Givens, yeah. What was didn't Fallen on Blondes do something like that?
No, not
I just keep seeing Fallen on Blondes in the playlist.
I think Fallen on Blondes they ruined their own career by writing songs.
Yeah.
It's becoming a feature.
Yeah, we should play Fallen on Blondes one week.
Rick, I was going to say something to you before we got sidetracked. What were we talking about, Carl? Oh, we were talking about,
we nearly lost it then a bit, but I think we pulled it back.
It's okay, no, we had a fascinating fact that we were going to
Oh yeah, if everyone in China, Carl...
This is true, Carl.
Right,
Carl, wake up and listen.
Listen, if everyone in China jumped, it wouldn't be hard to coordinate. They did Hands Across America. They did Up Yours, the Laws, right? We can coordinate this, we can get the sun involved or something, right? Everyone, 1.2 billion or something, jumped up and down at the same time.
Shut up. You're not explaining this clearly.
It would cause a tidal wave that would destroy America.
If every person in China jumped up at the same time, that would cause a tidal wave that would destroy America, apparently, according to physics.
According to physics.
I don't believe it.
It is, no, true, it's a fact. We're not making this up. We both know this is a fact.
We're not making it up. We've heard it, but obviously I don't know what that's based on. Someone going, just had a terrible thought, Mr. President. What is it? No, you know the atomic bomb and all that? Yeah, forget it. Forget it. If everyone in China jumped up and down, they'd wipe us out. Right. You know what I mean?
See, there should be some Chinese leader just threatening them with that.
Yeah, just showing them a picture of everyone just poised.
just pictures of China people just crouching.
On pogo sticks.
Exactly.
Just a billion
Or
Chinese people.
Just all stood on the Great Wall of China. About to jump off. That would be brilliant.
Oh,
See, look at Carl, he's dumbfounded, he's scared now.
He's scared now, ain't you?
But there's more chickens in the world than people.
Oh!
Play record.
Well, that's brilliant. Just associate that, please get in touch.
What an amazing track.
Incredible. No one else is playing that on a Saturday afternoon, Rick?
No.
Are they?
No, I wouldn't have thought so.
I mean that in a good way. I mean that like we're breaking new territory. Like
Just
playing songs from the early
The intro
70s.
has got to win the best... Oh, no. I think Dr. Fox or Simon Bates said that about a track once.
Really?
This has got to be the best intro of a rock song ever. The fact that I was saying it about The Who and he was saying it about Money for Nothing is irrelevant.
Yeah.
Oh, no.
Someone made me sit in their car once, with their new car stereo system, so that they could play me the beginning of Money for Nothing.
Oh.
Just sat there, I was like, yeah.
Have we got that? You've probably got that in the library, haven't you?
Yeah. Is it right that Roger Daltrey in The Who,
yeah, that's right.
his kid is in EastEnders, the one who plays Robbie? Something my mum told me, and I don't know if she's got it right or wrong. But it does look like him.
That's
What, Dean Gaffney?
Yeah. But he didn't want to go off his dad's name and that, so he's changed
So he
it.
used his brilliant talent. And his pox-faced.
Do you know if that's right?
Well, I don't know.
It looks like him, doesn't it?
Well, I'm sure that's libelous if it's wrong.
Oh, right, yeah, you'd be ashamed to have Roger Daltrey as your dad.
Well, no, but Roger Daltrey might not want it getting round that he gave birth to Specky.
Yeah, right, actually.
I see what you mean.
Specky? Spotty?
Spotty, so I looked at you.
Yeah. Alright, calm down.
Well, I don't know, you've got a nice clear skin. At least I didn't call you Spotty Goggle-Eyed Freak Boy. You've got a nice skin, a nice complexion, smooth-faced, goggle-eyed freak boy fish.
Thank you.
Yeah.
That's be nice.
Carl, what? Don't you like us arguing? Is it like Mum and Dad arguing? Do you get all...
It's a bit like that.
In the caravan. There was nowhere to escape to.
Oh no, rattling round
Did you
that
make any friends when you were down on the caravan site?
Yeah, a lot of people from Birmingham were there.
What kind of pals did you have? What were their names?
I can't remember, it was years ago, but they all had rich parents.
Right.
Like, they had, like, their own car to drive around the campsite on and all that.
Right.
Yeah.
So I used
Their
to
own
go back there.
fence.
So I'd have a
With...
go.
And, but they were mates and you saw them every year, did you? Or every 3 weeks when you went down there?
Yeah.
Oh.
You didn't keep in touch with any of them?
No.
I'll admit now, I went to the same place in the caravan for about 6 years running. I went to a place called Riverside in Bognor, because someone round the corner from us had a caravan, two-berth caravan. Me, my mum, and my nan.
I think I'm really lucky to have had it, really. Because a lot of mates who I had didn't have enough money to go on holiday, and they just get a present for the summer holiday.
Of course, they got an education, so it's
yeah, but Carl, the thing is with Carl is, right, I want to give him gifts.
Yeah.
I want him to have the loveliest Christmas ever. I want him to go pony trekking. Do you know what I mean? I want to just...
Scared of horses.
So many things we don't know about Carl.
Fell off one out of fate, and the woman didn't know what to do. She couldn't handle the horse. It was running off. I was hanging underneath, getting a kick in the head. No.
Really?
Now, hang on, what age were you? 'Cause this could explain a lot.
I was about 6.
That makes a lot of sense. I think we got to the bottom of it here.
Oh no, got kicked in the head by a horse, lived in a caravan, and had to live in Wales half the time. Oh. Then no wonder this is your favourite time of the week. Do you look forward to this all week, these 2 hours?
It's alright.
What would make you truly happy, Carl? Do you mind me just asking that? What would make you truly happy in life?
I was thinking about it in the week and I don't know.
You don't know? There's nothing that you particularly want that you feel like once I've got that...
Well, the easy answer there is money, innit? But I don't
No, it's
know.
not
I
true.
don't know if it's true.
No, you just need enough money.
Do you feel spiritually satisfied?
Yeah.
Yeah?
I'd say.
Carl, have you embraced the good word of the Lord?
What do you mean?
Well,
Jesus Christ, our Lord and Saviour.
we're having a meeting tomorrow. It's in the church hall and we'd like you to come along.
I went to a church.
Rick, I've got to say this. I got this housemate who I don't know that well, and I've been living with him for about two months or something, right?
Yeah.
And he's in the kitchen, he's washing up, and I just turned to him, right, and he doesn't know me that well because we still talk to each other now, but we don't know. And I just turned to him, I went, Matt, have you got to know the good word of the Lord? And he went, and he looked at me with utter fear in his face. And I just went, I just think we should sit down a bit and just talk about the word of the Gospels. And he just looked at me, and he was utterly petrified. I just started laughing, cracking up, and it's the sigh of relief. He was absolutely petrified. It's a brilliant game to play if you're getting a lift on a long car journey with people you don't know very well.
Hitcher.
Just bring that out.
Yeah.
It's so terrifying.
Yeah.
I went once.
If you're, also another good one is when you pick up the hitch, I say like, I wonder what this car would look like on fire.
Exactly.
Things like that.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
Sometimes I like to drive the wrong way down the motorway.
Yeah, yeah. Would you, what does a knife feel like when it's going into your eye?
Oh.
What?
You see that story in the week with a farmer who got his arm stuck in a bit of machinery, and he was going on about. I mean, he came on with a false arm, so you knew something was wrong straight away. But
you knew it wasn't going to end happily.
But he was he said, "I'm a farmer. I've been a farmer for years, and I'm always telling people don't stick your hands in machines." He said, "But I got off my tractor and the machine had stopped, and he went to shift some, I don't know if it was a Coke can or something that was in the field and killed the machine."
But he came drinking Coke.
Oh, this is not the famous one, about 15 years, and he took his arm to the hospital, and he was making jokes. His arm was in ice.
He didn't take his, no. What it was, his hand went in and the machine started again.
Yeah.
And it started pulling at his skin. Oh. Right? So like the skin was coming off his arm. Yeah. And it was going around the rollers. Yeah. And he was pulling back like that, so he's like, oh god. Yeah. And the skin's like being wrapped round and it's like pulling it. So he can see his bone and stuff.
Oh no.
And he was there for like ages going, oh god. And he had a penknife in his pocket. So he got that out with the other hand, managed to open it. I mean that's
yeah, because they stick, don't they, after a while? I've got one of those, Swiss Army knives. And
well, that's what it was.
I can't do it with two hands sometimes, once they get all full of gunk.
He managed to do that with one hand. And cut away the skin.
That's not true, is it?
Yeah.
Has he learnt to farm again, like the drummer of Def Leppard? Has learnt to drum again?
Have they got, like, just like the handles,
Can he farm now with just one arm?
It was good, because he was making a joke out of it and that.
Oh, that's good, though.
I think that's good, but,
that doesn't mean you can, Steve, then.
No, sure.
He had to cut his own flesh off to escape a combine harvester.
Yeah.
He doesn't need you know.
Making wisecracks.
Do you know what I mean?
Sure.
I just always remember getting a hot plate out of the oven when I was younger, and that absolutely killed.
Yeah.
It stuck to my fingers, and I just thought the pain that he must have been going through.
Yeah.
Must have been what? It must have been worse than a hot plate?
Oh.
It must have been worse than maybe dropping a pie?
Yeah.
Yeah, I think you're right.
Okay, honey, now the name of the restaurant...
XFM. That's nearly it.
That is pretty much
XFM 104.9. Fast approaching 3 o'clock.
It is indeed. Is that pretty much it, Carl? Is this our last link?
I'd wrap it up.
Yeah? Yeah, so would I, actually. It's a song for the ladies' time. And this is a song you put me onto, Rick.
It's a beautiful song.
If you recall. Special View, aka Telescopic Love from The Only Ones. The B-side of Another Girl, Another Planet. Their only hit, maybe?
Well, yeah, I think one of them. But,
some great stuff on the best of The Only Ones, which it's just a band kind of...
Another Girl, Another Planet. That might be up for the best intro in a rock and roll record of all time. I'll put up Won't Get Fooled Again and Another Girl, Another Planet. Foxy, he's already putting up Money for Nothing.
Exactly.
So, maybe we'll run that competition next week.
Yeah, although Walk of Life is particularly good. Here comes Johnny singing oldies, goldies, bebopalula, baby, here. Oh, jeez.
Oh, nonsense.
Walk of Life. Okay, so this is a Special View from The Only Ones, a song for the ladies, and that's it. See you next
Goodbye. Athlete and Westside on XFM 104.9. Sunny day, 2007.
It's going so well, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Going so well.
Ricky Gervais.
Once again, the English language tripped you up.
the mouth with the tongue lips.
Exactly.
Was all over the brain and talk. The brain and talk through the throat. Oh, dear.
Oh, language is his tool. Rick, I think we should do some introductions, because I think it seems to me every week everyone knows who you are, because you're, the face of the moment. But, they forget who, me and the K-Man are.
Well, with me, Steve Merchant.
Hi.
And the K-Man, who's our producer and friend. And can I just say that I really look forward to this show. Like, I get, oh great, we're gonna do a show and we're gonna play some tracks we like and have a laugh. But now I'm looking forward to meeting Karl.
Of course.
Honestly, I come in and I see his face and I go, alright. And I'm, just great, like just a little friend. Do you know what I mean? You know when a kid comes around to play with him and you go, oh, and can I come out to play? And it's like the little friends. It's like that with Karl.
Yeah. Yeah, and if we don't see him in the week, you see, we deliberately stay away from him in the week so that he'll be fresh to us.
It was, go on.
You start off friendly, like you did today, and as soon as Steve turns up, you start getting nasty and saying things about my little bald head.
No, I said Look, okay, right, listen, let me explain. Carl was making the tea, and you know those bins, the sort of like a round sort of Metal Mickey type bin that you can take off a thing? I went, oh, that would make a good little helmet. It would make it look like Metal Mickey, because it's the same shape as his head.
Sure.
Right? And I put it on, and
So far, so good, Rich. No problem there. That's just two mates having a laugh.
Right.
You're putting a bin on another man's head.
Right. So I put it on, and the swing bit, through gravity and the angle, swung and hit him in the nose.
Sure.
Right? He went, ow! And I went, I said something like, it's alright.
Yeah, of course, because you were being amused.
Yeah, I said, it's alright, don't worry.
Yeah.
And he went, no, I've just washed my hair.
Yeah.
That annoyed me.
That did annoy you, sure.
Because there was lots of, like, shit and coffee and horrible, gunk.
In his hair, or?
No, in in the inside of the bin.
Sure.
But what annoyed me was, he's hardly got any hair.
Let's be honest, he looks like Moby.
Yeah, so I said, I took the bin off.
Yeah.
And I was having a laugh, and I thought, you
ruined my fun, is what
do
you
know what I
thought.
mean? I said, what's your hair? I said, we could do that now in 30 seconds. And he looked at me like I was in the wrong.
I know. Rick, that annoys me about him.
I know.
That doesn't annoy me about him. But otherwise, he's like childlike.
Yeah,
You know, in so
he's
many other
great.
ways. He doesn't understand that he's hurting your emotions and your feelings.
Yeah, but also, right, we were playing football, so come and play football, right, and so we were playing
Was that
football.
just in the office, or?
Yeah, just in the
Right,
office
yeah.
before he came, right, as well. And, we were sort of kicking it back and forth, and I started kicking it a bit hard. And, but he was quite good. I said, this is great, right? And, we finished anyway, because we thought we'd break something. And, I went, I bet you were quite good at football, weren't you? And I actually thought he looked like quite a natural, I thought he'd be good, he's from the north, and I thought that's all he'd have.
Yeah,
You know what I mean?
exactly.
And he went, I said, I suppose you're quite good at football, and he turned the quick as flash, and went, I've scored once. Right? He said, and that's because I was being chased by a bee. And I went, save it!
Yeah.
He went, no, I said, please save it, because I want to tell Steve that. No, you can continue now.
Please tell us the rest of the story. You've scored a goal once because you've been chased by a bee.
Yeah, you've done it now, really. I was on the,
There must be more to that story, man.
I was in the school team. I wasn't that good as a kid at football, to
Right.
be honest. Mainly down to, I think it's because of my dad. My dad wasn't into football.
Right.
I think that's the way it works, isn't it? If your dad's into it, then you could be a footballer when you're older.
Sure.
Yeah.
Because you're into it. And, so I was in the school team because I got on with the other lads. They let me in the team.
Popular guy, yeah.
Sure.
And, yeah, I was stood there doing nothing because I didn't really know what to do. I never knew which way I was meant to be shooting.
Yeah.
Got all that messed up.
Yeah, that is a
I
problem.
just stood there, right, and with my hands behind my back, and something landed on me, on like this part of my thumb.
You can't just point, it's radio.
It's this bit here,
Right, yeah.
The
base of
fleshy
your thumb,
bit, the
yeah.
fleshy bit of the thumb, yeah.
and I thought, oh, what's that? And I looked down, and
Is
it was
it
a
a
bee.
thumb? Oh, it's a bee,
It
yeah.
was a bee on me, so I start running,
Yeah.
try to get away from it, and bees. Actually, something interesting about bees: more chance of getting stung by a bee in windy weather than any other sort of weather.
That's incredible.
Anyway, so I'm running away.
And he said there was no more.
Extraordinary. I've already learned many, many things. You're being chased by the bees.
So
Windy.
I'm running.
It's on your thumb, is it still on your thumb now?
It's sort of gripping onto me like a stag
Clever,
beetle.
clever.
I love it. Oh,
Or a bee.
yeah.
So I'm running. I'm running towards like the goal.
Yeah.
Oh god! And the ball comes to me.
Yes.
Wallop. Get it in.
Brilliant. What happened to the bee, though? Did it sting you?
They die, don't they?
I mean, ultimately it died, sure, but did that particular moment
I
did
mean,
it sting you?
this was probably about 20 years ago, so I imagine.
No. Once the bee stings you.
So did
that's
it sting
Yeah, but did it sting you?
Yeah.
Right, that was the question.
When did it sting you?
When I was playing football.
Carl, do you mind me asking, you say you're on the school football team. Was there just 11 boys at your school?
What do you mean you got in the squad?
Listen, Carl. All I mean is, at what point in this story did the bee sting you? Straight away?
After
or
half time.
Play a record, man.
Oh, he's the best! Depeche Mode, I Feel Loved, on XFM 104.9. It's about 17 minutes past 1 on
I
this
just-
Saturday.
Go on.
We'll never interrupt me when it's going that well.
Sorry, I don't know what I was thinking of.
That was my record, that was about 4 or 5 sentences.
True. I don't know what I was thinking. I was
Semantics,
bored of it.
syntax, there was capital letters, full stops,
Yeah.
grammar,
You didn't
everything.
even get the time out, did you? What
Why?
time was it? Quick, what time was it? I interrupted,
17
sorry, I
minutes
should have.
past.
I was so eager.
1. XFM 104.9, I'm Ricky Gervais. With me,
Steve
Smirch,
Merchant. Smirch.
and the K-Man.
The K-Man, we're all giving ourselves nicknames now.
Yeah.
Can I just clear something up? This is only a very, very personal thing. Lots of people who listen to the show that I've spoken to, friends of friends and stuff, they think that I'm the guy that plays Gareth in The Office. because my voice is obviously very similar.
It couldn't be further than the truth.
That's so not the case. If anyone's listening, they think it's me.
The truth.
I don't want to take credit for Mackenzie's performance. That's a guy called Mackenzie Crook. He's a brilliant actor.
Yeah.
Everyone's seen his performance. It's not me. Admittedly, he has loosely based his accent for the character on my accent, because obviously it's a comical accent. We all admit that.
Yeah.
We'll agree with that. But that's it. That's where the similarity ends.
Yeah. Mackenzie's a good-looking fellow, isn't he?
He's a good-looking lad.
I mean, that's not
You're not digging me. I know, because you're saying I'm a good-looking guy as well. You're just saying we're two differently good-looking guys.
Yeah, Carl, it's all people are all different looks. I mean, you could say Brad Pitt's good-looking, and then you could say George Clooney's good-looking, and they're both great-looking blokes. They don't look alike.
Exactly.
So for me to say Steve and Mackenzie aren't alike, Mackenzie's a good-looking fella.
Exactly.
You know, if you look at the Venn diagram there, they weren't mutually exclusive. There would be a crossover of good-lookiness.
Yeah, and I'm in that pool with Brad Pitt and George Clooney.
Wow.
Well, it's quite a big pool, Rick, and I'm in there, certainly with them.
Yeah,
I mean, I'm in one of those Venn diagram circles.
You are, yeah, you're over this one.
See what's in there? I noticed that's a separate one, floating off from all the others.
Yeah, lizards and parrots.
Ah, right.
Okay,
right.
so
it's good to be included in something now. It's good to be part of a gang, Carl, that's very important.
Yeah.
Right, if that's cleared up.
Depeche Mode there, and I Feel Loved. Who'd have thought Depeche Mode would have been that huge? I think I was seeing those little lads from Basildon with little plinky plonky sound. I thought they'd be like Visage or something. That'd be, you know, they're stadium rock fillers. They're huge. They conquered America. He went through some hard times. He came out the other way, and well done.
But see, I think what you just said there is a very good example of why they are and why certain other bands aren't. Because if you think about it, for me, you see, whenever I think of a band name, if I see a new band's come along or whatever, I always use a very simple test, which is, can you imagine that you're the announcer at a huge event? Maybe it's like broadcasting around the world, like Live Aid or
Nelson
something.
Mandela
or
concert.
It's a Nelson Mandela Freedom concert.
Yeah.
And you can imagine someone
He's there.
Nelson's there.
Yeah, with the Spice Girls.
Oh, they're all there. But you can imagine someone saying, ladies and gentlemen, please welcome to the stage, Depeche Mode.
Yeah.
Rolling
Stones. The Who.
Exactly. But you can imagine someone saying, ladies and gentlemen, please welcome to the stage, Visage.
Ladies and gentlemen, will you please welcome our headline act? Welcome Idlewild!
Exactly. Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome to the stage, Ned's Atomic Dustbin. It doesn't... Do you know what I mean? You just know
The Levelers!
Some bands aren't going to make it. Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome to the stage, Mega City 4! Do you know what I mean? It's
just a simple test. We'd like you to do that at home.
If you're thinking of starting a band, or you've just named your band, you're just beginning, just phone in, tell us, or email in, tell us what your band name is, and we will use that simple test.
And we will do the test. Ladies and gentlemen, will you please welcome to the stage...
The Franken Walters!
Jimmy Eat World!
Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome to the stage, Cooper Temple Claws! I don't think it's going to happen for those lads.
It's a good one.
It's a simple test anyway, but...
100 reasons, please welcome to the stage, 100 reasons?
100 reasons I think would work quite well. I'm just going to give the email address, ricky.gervais@xfm.co.uk.
Reasons, if I could.
Ladies and gentlemen, will you please welcome to the stage, Pop Will Eat Itself! Carl, have you got like a sound effect or something of like,
cheering?
We're going to test.
Cheering. We'll seek it out with.
Have you got something there? Have a look on there. I'm just looking in the NME, for the kind of forthcoming gigs of the smaller known bands, and, it might be a useful place to, just begin the,
Ladies and gentlemen, peoples around the world, will you please welcome to the stage, Chumba Awamba!
Have you got a sound effect? We got one. Nice, yeah. Ladies and gentlemen, will you please welcome to the stage, the Parkinsons! Playing in Leicester this week, so I look forward to that.
That's a good plug, isn't it?
Let me see who else.
If anyone wants to pop down to Leicester to see the Parkinsons.
Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome to the stage, Cyclefly!
Okay.
Oh, there's a genuine one here. This is someone, Simon's emailed, and he says, will you just test this name for us? Okay, Carl, if you can, there you go. Ladies and gentlemen, will you please welcome to the stage, Coach? Not utterly convinced.
No.
Not too bad. It's not too
I'm worried about the sound effect. We start to sound like Chris Moyles or something.
Well, he's a top broadcaster. Everyone loves him.
Losing weight as well.
He is hilarious. Funny man. Just, there's one more coming here. I'll just check this one.
Ladies and gentlemen,
Ladies and gentlemen, will you please welcome, this is Chris in Oxford, ladies and gentlemen, please welcome, meanwhile back in communist Russia.
Is that a band?
I assume so.
I assume it's his band.
Yeah, yeah.
Well, how does he listen to us in, hold on now, this is only local radio. How does he listen to us in Oxford?
Well, if only there was some kind of digital format that he could listen via the web net.
What is it?
What is the,
What is it?
What?
how does he listen in Oxford?
You can listen on Sky Digital,
Go on.
channel 864.
Lovely.
864. Yeah.
And, on the
internet?
web,
Yeah.
Okay, what would that web address be?
xfm.co.uk.
Sure.
Click on the audio.
Yep.
And, you get XFM 10 seconds behind it actually happened.
Perfect.
Just out of interest, what's the point of saying that if they can't sort of get us in London to listen to that, because they won't be, and they're either in London, so they won't go through this nonsense, or they're in Leicester, and they can't hear us saying Sky Digital.
Yeah, we haven't thought that through at all.
Because you might work in London for a bit, and then have a
Go back and spread the word.
and like leave,
Go back and spread the word. Disciples.
move back to Leicester,
Yeah.
tell your mates.
Yeah. Soon,
any number of combinations.
soon XFM is the most listened to radio station in Britain.
Yeah.
What we need is people on Radio 2 to give it a plug every day.
That'd be ideal.
Yeah, or Radio 1.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Any of the big rivals. Virgin.
Yeah.
I mean, we've often plugged Virgin. It's a good station.
105.8 Virgin Radio London.
Great station. Really good station.
Hard 106.2.
Lovely.
You're listening to Magic 105.4.
Are you getting quite a lot of voiceover work now, aren't you?
I am. Yeah.
That's not...
I've stopped all that though.
Have you?
Yeah.
Oh, right, okay.
Yeah.
No, it's alright. It was
You know.
good.
Well, I'm all right now. I've got a bit of money.
Classic 60s bands, I've just suddenly... Ladies and gentlemen, will you please welcome to the stage, The Scaffold!
Oh, The Scaffold. You
remember The Scaffold, Carl?
You picked the lead singer looks a bit like him. But you know whose brother that is in The Scaffold, don't you? Mike McGear. Do you know whose brother that is?
What?
Do you remember The Scaffold? They did,
Yeah, I remember
we'll
The
drink a drink, the Lily the Pink, the
And
Pink, the
didn't they
Pink,
do
the
that
Pink,
in
oh,
the Roses
human
advert as well?
Yeah, thank you very much for the entry, Iron. Do you know whose brother that is?
Whose brother? The lead singer?
No, the Mike McGear in it. The sort of one of the main men in it.
He's one of the songwriters in,
Yeah. No,
The
I don't.
Scaffold.
Paul McCartney.
He's
Is he?
joking.
Yeah,
I didn't realise that.
yeah, that's Paul McCartney's brother. Think of that when they go home for Christmas. So I think Lily the Pink was what, about 1970?
Yeah. It was number one, wasn't it? Christmas
Yeah,
number one?
yeah, big number one, yeah. I don't know if it was Christmas number one. Two Little Boys was 1969, last year.
No, it definitely was number one.
Yeah, but I don't know if it was
The Scaffold
Christmas
was.
number
It
one.
was, because I remember I did it in some
Really?
place, yeah.
Yeah.
Wow.
So they go home at Christmas and Mrs. McCartney goes, alright boys, how are you, Paul, how are you doing? I'm just starting a new band called Wings. Yeah, oh yeah, so this is Linda. Alright, yeah, sit down. Mike, what are you doing? Just had number one. Brilliant, round of applause. How many number ones do you have, Paul? 19. Still. We know what we like, don't we?
We'll drink the human race.
Paul goes, wow, if you want to. The long and winding.
Boring. We'll drink
Wow.
Linda, do you want to be in The Scaffold? We're probably going to go on tour and stuff. I know you love it. Well, I quite like it. Yeah. We'll drink.
You're not going to be in Wings if you're going to play with him.
Well, I got make a tricky decision. I mean, that's a great song. Everyone's loving it. It's Christmas number one.
What are you doing eating his bacon?
Well, I love it.
You don't eat bacon.
Yeah, but I love the music. He's a great
Stop
guy.
it. What are you doing?
Well, I just, I love the music. We'll
can't
drink.
believe it.
No, you don't.
Yesterday, all my troubles seem so...
Thank you very much for that.
Iron.
Imagine that, because imagine how different going, well, you've had 19 number ones. I mean, it can be a time. Yeah, if things stay like this with The Scaffold, I'm going to rule the 70s.
Yeah, if things that carry on going like they're going now, The Scaffold, ladies and gentlemen, will you please
Welcome to the stage, Beck.
Oh, nice one. Dandy Warhols. Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome the Dandy Warhols.
There you are, it's never going to
That sounds like Levellers crossed with Wonder Stuff.
Rubbish, isn't it, really? I mean,
Well,
it's fine, it's chirpy.
It's a nice old song, but it's it's not...
It's that thing of it's just not essential. You
I can't
just
love
don't
it.
really need it in your life. If it never occurred, you wouldn't mind.
Yeah. Do
You know?
you know what Carl just said?
Go on.
Were you listening?
Not really.
He looked out the window, and he looked at me, and he was looking at me, and I looked over at him, and he said, see, that would be good to die now. Like, what? He went, that weather, that would be good to die. And I said, of what? He went, old age.
Yeah.
What's going on up there?
He's a philosopher, Rick.
He is,
He's
isn't
on
he?
a different
No,
plane
you
to
can't
us.
just say it like that. The other week, I came in when it was really miserable, and I said to you, God, can you imagine dying today?
Yeah.
Because
Whereas today you feel it would be a much better day to die because it's bright.
the curtains open, sun
Sure.
shining. It's like...
I mean, you'd still be a bit angsty about the dying thing, wouldn't you? I mean, I don't suppose that would be alleviated.
Yeah.
Sure. Okay. Well, hopefully we'll still be broadcasting, you know, when one of us reaches that happy moment, and we can check.
Yeah.
It's quite a lot of emails, Rick, coming in about, the band names. I think a lot of people are going wrong for a simple reason. They think it's funny to have an ironic band name.
Yeah.
They think it's a bit comical. And I just don't think there's any great bands that have had a comical name that have made it into stadium filling.
What was that band? Where's Me Jumper? What were they called?
I don't know what they were called. I mean, the obvious example of one that was never going to make it internationally.
Splodgeness Abounds? Splodgeness Abounds?
No.
I like them, though.
Splodgeness Abounds.
Splodgeness Abounds, they were great.
Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome to the stage Carter the Unstoppable Sex Machine.
USM.
These are some of the ones we've had emailed in. These are bands, obviously, that haven't made it so far, and I don't think they will. Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome to the stage The Lazy Birds. Nope.
No.
Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome to the stage The Paperclips.
That's not a real band,
That's what
is it?
someone said in.
I know, but no band name is weirder than the others, and also you grow into it. I mean, the Stones and the Beatles are iconic because they are iconic bands.
What you think you'll grow into? Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome Shuttle Rock. Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome Treehouse Casino. I don't think they're gonna...
That's just made up!
Well, possibly.
Well, they all are,
But they all
obviously.
are. But my point is, people say there's no logic to band names, but if you think a band name like the Smiths,
Great.
that's genius.
It is,
It
yeah.
sums up everything that band is about,
Yeah.
you know, the kind of... They're capturing that mediocre world of grim up northness, you know.
My favourite, Sonic Youth.
Sonic Youth is genius.
Nirvana.
These are incredible band names, so
Yeah.
there is some logic to it.
Yeah.
I genuinely
Sonic
believe.
is
It's not just
great.
arbitrary words.
What about
The
Madness?
Cure. The Cure.
Madness sounds rubbish, but they're good, aren't they?
Yeah, but again, they were never gonna be world beaters.
But they were a comical band, essentially.
Yeah,
they
they were
were a
good, but
knees-up party band,
yeah.
and Madness is fine for that.
But they had some great songs as well, and then it sort of turned it all, because then...
I mean, Rick, I don't know how many members...
Not Home Today is a great song, and a serious song.
This is from an email. I don't know how many members of the band there are in Chimney Factory, but if there's 5 people, who decided? Had they all agreed? Yeah, that's the best name
Do you know
we
what
can
I
come up with.
decided? Dell.
Right.
Well, he started the band, and they rehearsed round his house, so Dell went, look, it's called Chimney Factory, because my granny's from it. They go, alright, Dell, but it's not, I've got some other, but no, it's called Chimney Factory.
I own the van and the amps.
There's Paperclips gone, there's a band in Leicester called Paperclips. We can't, we just argue over that forever.
Anyway, just all I'm saying is think before you name your band, alright? Because it's never going to happen if you've got a comical band name.
There was a feminist band called Clitoris All Sorts, which is quite good, isn't
Yeah, but
it?
you laugh, and then you just think, oh,
Yeah.
you know, I'm never going to have that on my t-shirt. Imagine that, Clitoris All Sorts.
It's that time of the day now, talking of that.
Yep.
Song for the Lovers.
Sure, it's beautiful.
Now, Steve, I mean, I will play great old tunes till the cows come home. We got to give them a little bit of Dandy Warhols and Air and Athlete. I know that, and they're great. They're good, right? But I wanted to play a Cat Stevens song, but I thought I'd better not because I've, play that a little bit. And we quite like resurrecting old reputations, don't we? People like Elton John who had bad faces, or David Bowie.
People whose names now are largely laughed at in the serious rock
or people that
circles.
people might not have considered. I thought Cat Stevens, oh no, Rod Stewart, I thought.
Was he Rod Stewart? Many people now are thinking of the leopard hot pants and the ludicrous hair.
Think I'm Sexy and all those sort of awful stadium sort of disco things, but he wrote beautiful tracks from Maggie May to, and I thought, hold on, 2 birds with 1 stone. What about a Rod Stewart song written by Cat Stevens?
Wow. Is there such a thing?
The first cut is the deepest.
Let's hear it, Rick.
On this album as well is The Killing of George. Georgie Part 1 and 2, remember? About the gay bloke. Georgie Boy was gay, I guess. His favourite song. Carl's favourite song, right? And I was going, oh yeah, I remember that, yeah. I said about, and I said, did not intend to take his life, he just pushed it when he gets mugged and killed. Do you know what he said?
Go on.
I was sitting outside, I was singing, and he went, well, as I said, they go out too late.
They go out too late?
He meant gay people go out too late. He went, no, they do. I went, what do you mean? He said, well, they're always out, they go out when people are coming home. He said, if he'd have been in bed by 10, he'd still be alive today.
That's a sobering lesson,
And he went,
Carl.
there's one that works here and he's shattered every Monday.
Oh, if you're gay and you're listening, just be in bed earlier. Go out when sensible people go out.
Yeah.
You're right, we're not on the continent, Carl.
If you're gay and you're not in bed by 10, go home.
Yeah.
I don't get it.
First cut is the deepest, Rod Stewart.
Song
XFM 104.9, 5 to 2.
Absolutely.
Ricky Gervais with me,
Steve Merchant.
Smirch.
The Smirch.
And the K-Man. KP, Karl Pilkington, the K-Man.
Pressing the buttons.
Yeah. See that in Heat this week?
What was it?
About the campaign to stop Karl going back to Manchester. You know, because he's a miserable sort of northerner who goes, London's crap and I want to go back up north.
Yeah.
And I only need £40 a week to live up there like king and all that sort of rubbish. Right, well, Boyd from Heat, well, we met him at the, that award ceremony.
Oh, yeah.
And, we were saying about, he really enjoys Karl. He's getting a lot of people like Karl. And I was going, but he's thinking of leaving. He's going, start a campaign. And he did, and he put it in there. So the campaign, so write in if you like Karl. If you think he's really annoying, then we'll stop talking to him.
Yeah.
But, I mean, I like him.
I love him.
Yeah.
Have you ever read the White Van Man column in The Sun, Karl?
I've seen it.
Are you familiar with this? This is where every day in The Sun they interview a guy who drives a white van, just, in order to get the kind of voice of the man on the street in the paper. And he has to answer, or just give his opinions, really, on events that have made the news each week. Just thought we could maybe throw some of these at you, Karl.
Go on.
Because we know to see what your views are.
Yeah.
So, just the first thing that comes into your mind, the sort of, your initial reaction to each of these.
It's all things, but you don't need to know about them, it's just your philosophy on it,
yeah,
so.
just your views.
Yeah.
I had a few days off this week, remember, so I don't know what's going on in the world.
Yeah, you stayed in London though, didn't you?
Yeah,
You didn't bury yourself, did you?
I normally see the news, but I didn't this week.
Okay. So what was your view on Will Young beating Gareth Gates in the final of Pop Idol?
Don't like him. You know what I was thinking about when I was watching it all the way through?
Yeah.
How he looks like he's got a wire coat hanger in his gob. That sort of...
Right.
Get his radio, Karl.
Radio.
It's a great face.
The funny face you're pulling doesn't translate.
And, a radio.
And that's a problem for you, is it?
And just the way he's from a really rich family. I opened up the paper on the Monday or something, and it had like, he went to a posh school and he's got loads of money already.
Yeah.
It's just a bit...
Okay. Right, what's the second question?
There have been huge rises in street crime, especially muggings and carjackings. What's your view there?
More youth clubs are needed, aren't there?
You think more youth clubs?
I like that.
No? Okay.
I like that because it's so 1950s.
Yeah,
it's sort of like you want a bobby on the beat that'll clip you around the ear.
So once they come out of national service...
Yeah! No, I love that. And if you find someone smoking a wood bomb, you make them smoke 50.
Yeah, exactly.
Oh, this is great. That is great.
Did you used to go to, youth clubs?
Yeah.
And they kept you out of trouble?
You used to get into a fight afterwards when you came out.
But for the sort of hour and a half you were there?
You had a bit of pool and some boxing and a bit of pop.
Yeah.
So more youth clubs, that's good.
I love him. I love him. If you're at home, just make notes, because this is brilliant stuff. Honestly, you won't hear more honest, from the heart stuff than this. This is great. Go on.
This is not pre-planned. These are your direct responses now.
I promise you, Karl did not know what we were going to do. He never knows what we're going to do, and he always answers honestly. That is the beauty of Karl. It's not an act.
What is your view, Karl, on New York's former mayor becoming Sir Rudy Giuliani? Sir Rudy Giuliani.
Is he happy with it?
He appears to be pleased with it.
Let it go ahead.
Fair enough.
Okay. Go ahead. Oh, he's genius.
Okay.
Is he happy with it? He's like your nan.
Yeah. What do you make of Michael Greco's character Beppe being axed from EastEnders? Problem for you?
The whole soap thing. What's it's back in Coronation Street, isn't she? What's her name?
Who?
Bet Lynn's. She thought she'd go off and be a bigger star.
Yeah.
All went wrong, and now she's coming back.
Yeah. Always happens, doesn't it?
Beppe will be back.
Yeah.
No one really cares.
Sure.
What was the van reply? What was the guy?
The White Van Man says, obviously they feel the character has run his course, but I think he's a pretty good actor and I can't understand why. So, I mean, obviously there's a White Van Man there who's also got an opinion on script development.
The through line, yeah.
The narrative through line of soap opera.
The 12-week narrative, the arc really showed itself up.
There's two last ones I want your opinion on here. What do you make of a cat that's been cloned in a secret 2.5 million research project?
To find out what?
If they can clone cats, yeah.
Have they had to hurt it?
Sorry?
Have they had to sort of hurt it to do that?
Have they had to hurt it?
Yeah, or is it just scraping its tongue for some stuff?
I think the cat's fine. The point is that they're cloning another creature which is potentially very dangerous. Have you seen that film where they bring Hitler back?
That cat, what if that cat turned out to be a world dictator?
Exactly. What do you reckon of cloning generally, Karl? You concerned about it?
I think they're cloning for organs, they grow them for the,
Do you know what cloning means?
Yeah, it's when you, make something else that's the same, isn't it?
Right.
Yeah, I mean, it's not going to do any harm.
Okay. And,
Great.
and finally...
Put you on the World Council.
Yeah. Finally, what do you make of some city workers who were caught bonking in the glass lifts of the Lloyd's building?
What do I make of it?
Yeah. Is that a problem for you? Do you think that's unprofessional?
Was it the lunch break or...?
I think it was lunch break.
It was their own...
All right.
It's their own time, I think, fair enough. It only takes 45 seconds to go from the bottom to the top. Is that a problem? They moved quickly. They acted, on instinct. Do you think fair enough? If that's their natural instincts and they're both consenting, you think fine?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Thanks very much, Carl.
Thanks very much, Carl.
Carl, we'll have more of Carl's world-weary opinions next time on the show. Listen, I want to play a track that I love.
I can't wait for this track. It's by a great band. Just gonna do, before Steve does this, coming up, we're gonna give away a great game. I'm sort of clearing out my flat with Tony, and then we've got, a lot of junk there. And, we're gonna give away a great game coming up. You've seen it, Steve, you're excited.
I'm looking forward to that.
It's a board game. It's a board game that we're all gonna sign. It's gonna be signed by Gerv, Smirch, KP the K-Man. So you could win that.
The classic album Copper Blue by Sugar. Listening to it again recently, reminded how good it was.
Yeah.
This is the track Hoover Dam. Play it.
But it bears repeating now.
White Stripes, Fell in Love with a Girl on XFM 104.9, it's 2:10. Right, okay, that's the first hour out of the way. Next hour, Steve, I've got a game to give away. As I say, I'm sort of cleaning out my flat a little bit, and we were going to throw away stuff, and I went to say, oh, whoa, don't throw that away.
Yeah.
I can give that away on the show, because XFM don't give us anything to give away.
No.
Does anyone care what happens weekends?
No.
There's people coming here going, oh, he hasn't turned up, fiddling with stuff, fire alarms going off, the library, but we were looking for a track we played a couple of weeks ago on the same album, and it's gone.
Yeah, it's been pinched since we last played it.
This is I can't believe it, they're moving it, that's like a tip out there, and I have to...
No, it is a disgrace, Carl.
It is. It is absolutely, it's disgusting.
How many of the DJs on this station have won multiple awards like Ricky Gervais?
Yeah, how
many of them are double award winning?
To have someone of my caliber. I hurt my ankle, didn't I, moving a chair. I had to even move my own chair in here, and I hit my ankle. That'll teach me not to wear socks.
Yeah.
The socks would have just taken out the sting.
I think just walking around barefoot generally is a bad idea in London. There's the needles, Rick, there's all sorts
I know, or that, well, Posh does it in her video, she walks around barefoot.
Oh, you love
My
it.
heart's got a mind of its own.
Ricky absolutely loves the current Victoria Beckham
Yeah,
film.
I like the sentiment, my heart's got a mind of its own. It's sort of like, doesn't matter what I'm thinking in my head, my heart says something else. Of course, what we did for the last week was change the lyrics.
Just walked around for ages.
Does anyone else do that? Just going, things like, my wife's got a cock of her own. Things like that, and,
seriously, hours of amusement doing that.
just changing it, just say,
My knob's got some balls of its own.
We're doing that for a week. Meant to be working.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Anyway, you were going to give away this game, Rick.
Yeah, it's called Donutters, and it's a game for 4 players, or 2 to 4
Have
players.
you ever played it yourself?
We sort of got it for a party, and I watched some people,
Can I try and sell it to punters who may...
Yeah, go on.
Play the part of a crazy donut-loving elephant in this hilarious game of fun and fast action.
Yeah. You put on a little elephant thing, and you have to pull up get up the donuts.
Brilliant. Can you be the first elephant to get all your donuts on your trunk? Be the first one... the first one is...
Sorry, this isn't a sex game, by the way. There's no euphemisms there.
Some of this is a bit slightly damaged, the packaging, that's why I couldn't read that.
You're joking?
Yeah. But don't worry, because you're not asking much for this, are you? We'll start at £5. Bear in mind, it'll be signed by double award-winning Ricky Gervais.
No, of course it's free. And, Carl went, you got a question? I went, no. He said, well, something about the Elephant Man.
Something about the Elephant
Yeah,
Man.
and I went, yeah. You know what, John Merrick? He went, yeah. He went, yeah, something about that. Awful, wasn't it? I went, you know where Michael Jackson actually bid for the skeleton of that? And, he went, what, would the skeleton be affected? I went, without it grows, that's what happens, it's nice. And he went, you don't see any of that about these days, do you? Anyway, I just said, save it.
Although, of course, you have to put on these masks when you play Donutters, so in
Yeah.
a strange way, that looks kind of Merrick-esque.
Yeah.
The game, Rick, I should just tell people listening, is elephantastic.
It is.
It says that on the box, so I'm
It is
assuming that's
elephantastic.
right.
It is elephantastic.
I mean, you yourself... Can I say a question, actually? This is a possible question.
Okay. Should we sign it first?
We should sign it, but, based on the Elephant Man question, obviously, we all know who directed the Elephant Man film.
Sure.
Don't
Sure.
we? Yeah.
Parker, no.
David Lynch.
Lynch, of course, yeah.
But, do you know who one of the people that got that film made was? He's a very famous comedian. It was his production company that got it up and running. He may be an executive producer. I think he was even the producer of it. And, he's an famous American comic actor. You wouldn't imagine this was the same guy who is also producing a very serious, sober film like The Elephant Man, alright? We want to know who was that man.
It's a bit hard for that.
Well, yeah, but, I mean, that'll separate the meat from the chat.
Have you seen anything else that's elephantastic? Not even Wellephant was elephantastic. He was Wellefantastic.
Rick, have you got any more memorabilia that you want to give to people? Maybe
get rid of,
because I have to say,
the council won't take it away.
I've got loads of junk in my house. I've got an old fridge freezer in the front garden. Anyone's welcome to come and pick that up anytime. I'll sign it for them.
But what about children climbing in it? That's not one of those with the handles, is it?
There's several children trapped in there at the moment. Yeah, that's a sobering lesson.
You know what?
Council who won't come and pick it up.
It's a problem though, isn't it? Because you can't just
smash it up. You're right. No.
I don't know what you're meant to do.
Well, listen, right, when I was growing up, I remember the council, used to charge £5 or something to take away, like, cookers and fridges, so my dad used to bury them. Down the bottom of my garden, I don't know, there's a cooker, there's a fridge, there's a freezer of some sort, there's a dog and a couple of cats, they were dead.
I'm not saying my father's quite a mean man, as you know, but my dad used to do that with dead relatives.
Yeah, because those funeral parlours take the piss.
Very expensive.
So a funeral can be, you know, up to 40 quid.
Exactly.
You know what I mean?
Whereas a shovel, borrowed off the bloke next door, that's a massive saving.
And not given back, to be honest.
Exactly.
Yeah, well, he's gonna go soon. What's he gonna say?
Okay, to win Donutters, signed by Mr. Ricky Gervais and 2 other blokes you've never heard of. It's fantastic.
Yeah.
And the question is, what was the name of the famous comedian, American comedian?
Give up the number.
That produced, and had heavy production involvement in the film The Elephant Man. The email address is ricky.gervais@xfm.co.uk. Karl, what's the phone number?
08700 800 1234.
Right, next up, we've had a lot of requests. Carl's popularity is growing. They want to hear his Super Mega Mix, the Britney Spears thing. Big it up.
Yeah, it's good.
Tell us what it is.
Alright, it's, Mark being Blade, the vocals of The Unknown, over Britney Spears. Hit Me Baby One More Time.
Let's hear it. It's highly illegal.
We're fantastic.
Go on then, back announce it, Carl. It's yours. Go on.
That's, Mark being Blade there, with a bootleg.
And what's it called? You called it something, haven't you? You cleverly called it something. What did you call it?
Nick This Record One More Time.
Good. Very good.
Karl Pilkington there, breaking all kinds of copyright rules.
Now, coming up, we're going to be talking a little bit of Feng Shui. The art of moving things around so it's better.
The ancient oriental art of rearranging your living room.
Yeah, the ancient art of don't sit near a window.
Exactly.
Because you won't get any money for it. And we've got a book.
Well, we've been exploring Feng Shui for our amusement.
Yeah, and we're going to be reading some great things.
This is just good. It's good, solid Feng Shui advice for us.
I mean, what do you need to know? I mean, just keep those questions coming to life. If you've got any question for Karl, don't forget that's an ongoing thing. Anything in the world, any question, personal problems, philosophies, on like, it can be out of the. Just ask Karl if you want. You know, just ask Karl. Okay. All right, Karl, you're up for that, aren't you?
Yeah.
And you give your honest opinion, won't you? Always.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Should we give away Donutters?
Oh, it's been won. Who's won it, Karl?
Scott Hammond.
Well done.
Well done, Scott.
He'll be loving that. He's probably going to have a party, especially to play Donutters.
We've had a number of right answers, but I'm afraid Scott's the winner. And the question, of course, was which famous American comedian was heavily involved in the production of the film The Elephant Man? It was, of course, Mel Brooks.
Surprising.
And he's got a company called Brooks Films.
Our first person that called in, I think he was a bit confused. He said, "Is it testicles?"
Yeah. Yeah.
When what? The producer went, testicles.
Yeah.
What was that illness years ago? Right, there was a couple of lads at our school.
Oh yeah.
Had really big heads
Right.
and webbed fingers.
And webbed fingers.
And
Sorry, wait. Was that? Hold on. Did you find him in a pond? Did they used to be little tadpoles?
no,
Karl, you're not confusing your past with an old episode of Doctor Who, are you?
What were they called? These two?
I didn't mix with them.
Right.
It was just like,
Of course not.
There was nobody thought anything of it at school. Cause
No,
like,
sure.
You used to it.
Yeah, it's the North.
There goes the creature from the Black Lagoon again.
yeah. He's late.
Brilliant at trigonometry.
He's late for double maths.
Yeah.
But, yeah, I didn't think anything of
What
it.
is it called? What is the disease called where two fellas, are they
Not even related.
rubbish?
Not related.
Were you near a nuclear power station when you were growing up?
Yeah.
You weren't really?
Yeah.
God, this explains so much.
This has got a
I
bit
don't
heavy.
think that's it.
Hey, talking of enormous heads,
Yeah.
you were at the Pop Idol final, weren't you, Rick? You went
Yeah.
down there just because obviously Rick's a huge fan of Pop Idol. He wanted to be there. He wanted to give his support.
Quite seriously, there was no irony there. We were.
Yeah, he
having
genuinely
great
is a
time.
fan of it. And he was. You sort of had photos taken with various people.
Yeah,
didn't
of
you? 'Cause
course.
you were a bit drunk and you wanted to have a memento of it. And it's obviously a picture of you with Fat Man Rick Waller.
Yeah.
But the best one is a picture of Ricky and his girlfriend with Dr. Fox.
Yeah.
Whose head
It's twice the size of mine.
any other head. It's quite remarkable. I
He's
don't know how
like
they
a
make
barrel. He's a lovely bloke, and he was really nice to meet him and everything. But he looks like an immaculate tan, and he's always happy, and he's, you know, he's
It
just
looks
really
on the
good.
picture, it looks like someone you might see in a carnival who's built a huge papier-mâché head. And it's like Frank Sidebottom, just sort of walking on the road. It's just incredible.
Dr. Fox didn't used to go to your school, did he? He used to hang around with a mate. They were great swimmers. They were brilliant swimmers. Oh, God.
Have we got another song lined up?
Yeah, what are we going to play?
Bit for a munch.
Bit of who?
For a munch.
Let's hear it.
Faramunch, got ya. XFM 104.9. Well, as we promised, some feng shui. What do you want to know? Ratio of windows. It's one of those little books that you see at the sort of like the front desk of like Waterstones or Dillon's or one of those. And it's just it's a little guide. It's should I say what it is? I'm allowed, aren't I? Lillian Two's little book of feng shui, and obviously you can't go into it in depth, but it's some little, you know.
Just some little sort of nuggets, I suppose.
Yeah,
isn't it?
ratio of windows. The ratio of windows to doors in your rooms should not exceed 3-to-1. Too many windows calls all your luck to seep away. Obviously. Hello! It is also better not to have windows on the wall opposite the door.
Is that the case in your place, Carl? Because you may need to brick that up when you get back later.
I always remember, I used to work nights.
Yeah.
Right? And it was when my brother just sort of got kicked out of the army.
Yeah.
And my mum and dad went away on holiday, so he was staying with us.
He's got to write a book, this bloke. You've got to write a book, Carl. Go
I
on.
came back,
Yeah.
and there was women everywhere. There's women in every bed in the house. I thought, where am I going to sleep?
Had he set up a brothel? What?
So, no, it's just a bit of a one.
That's impressive, though. A girl in every single bed. I mean,
So he was mad. So, I slept on the sofa downstairs. And I didn't sleep that well.
yeah,
But I slept on it before when it was facing a different way.
sure.
And I had a good sleep.
So for you, that's
So-
proved the worth of feng shui.
Yeah, I think there's something in it.
Do you honestly think there's something in it, though?
Yeah, I do, yeah.
Okay, we'll just read a few of the others, Rick.
Okay, well, it's not. I think most people know this one. Display the three-legged frog for luck. Look for a three-legged frog. You can buy one from any Chinese supermarket, and place it in the vicinity of your front door, facing inwards as if it has just come into the house. Don't place the frog facing the door! Please.
Oh, come on, people.
What?
Think before you place your frog.
I mean, this really is. I mean, but
What's the last page? Because that will be the most important one.
do you reckon?
the last one,
The wealth vase. Make a wealth vase and keep it hidden in your cupboard. It can be made of gold, crystal, or glass. Can I just say something? If you've got a vase made of gold, you're probably all right for money anyway.
Yeah, sure.
Sure.
But this is the wealth vase. How to make the wealth vase?
Fill it with semi-precious stones and with soil taken from a rich man's garden.
So just find the soil of a rich man. Take some soil from
This is like bury a piece of steak and the water will go.
Yeah.
I have a tooth of frog. This is.
Is the one there with the gods? Can you find that one?
Oh, where's that one? Yeah.
What do you make of feng shui, Carl?
I
Is it
think
something you
it's,
believe in?
well, like I said, I didn't sleep well on the sofa when it
So
was
for you,
facing
that's
the door.
proof positive.
Yeah, you've got to get it right, haven't you?
I'd like Carl to read this out.
Okay.
Yeah, do you mind? Read it out. Just read it out loud.
Which one?
Yeah, the gods are here. Right. Okay.
Just read that. That's such a good
Invite
bit
the
of
gods
Yeah.
of wealth into your home.
Yeah.
The Chinese have several gods of wealth,
Yeah.
which they display in their homes to attract, what? Prosperity.
Prosperity.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. My personal favourite is Chi Yi,
Yeah.
who sits on a tiger.
He sits on a tiger?
Yeah.
Okay.
Wait.
It's pretty difficult to find this fella.
Yeah.
If you could use Kang Kung, or the 3-star gods, oh no.
Read him out.
Read out the names of the star gods.
FUK.
Read it out.
Just
Read
he's
it out.
a god.
It's a
He's a
Chinese
god.
god. You're
He's a
allowed to
Chinese
say
god.
Chinese god on the radio.
No.
You are allowed to say
If you're allowed
Chinese.
to say it, you say it then.
Well, look. You're so immature.
Read the three of them out, Rick.
Okay. if he is difficult to find, you should use Quan Kung or the 3 star gods, Fuck, Luck and Sao, all of whom bring wealth and prosperity.
Now, what were the names of the gods again? Because if I'm making a note at home, Rick,
Well, it's a Chinese god.
Yeah, there's Quan Kun, or you can use Luk Sao.
You can't.
What? But it's a god. F-U-K. That's how it's
Yeah, I assume. I don't know if we're pronouncing it wrong. I really apologise.
Apologies if we're offending anyone who's of an Oriental persuasion. But that's Quan Kun or Luk Sao or Fuck. And any of those gods are available at a Chinese supermarket.
Near you.
Yeah. That's Feng Shui. It's an ancient art. You can't give me that look.
No.
Clinic. Walking with thee. So that's Feng Shui.
That's Feng Shui sorted.
We've given away donutters. We've talked a little bit about band names today. With more insight into Karl's psyche. Now you during that record you said we knock everything. You saw something about the Bermuda Triangle, didn't you?
Yeah, when I talked about Ghost, you sort of just because you don't believe in it. I think it's because you're scared of it, to be honest, and you can't admit to understanding it and actually believing in it.
Sure.
Thing on last night, Steve.
Yes.
Bermuda Triangle.
Oh yeah.
Do you know much about that?
Mainly the song by what was his name?
What's his name?
Bermuda Triangle, where people disappear.
No,
Bermuda Triangle.
What's his name? No, Barry Manilow.
Barry Manilow.
Yeah.
Are you familiar with the lyrics? Bermuda Triangle, where people disappear. Bermuda Triangle, don't go near.
Yeah.
I shouldn't really make a joke out of it.
No, you're right. Go on.
But what it is, right? There's a program saying what it's about. What do you know about it?
As I say, mainly from what Barry's told me, but certainly planes and various boats have gone missing within the Bermuda Triangle.
Planes.
Yeah, but obviously that documentary didn't explore it.
He learned a lot about that for that. I learned a lot about American history through We Didn't Start the Fire by Billy Joel.
Again, most of my knowledge of the sort of Tsarist Russia comes from
Rasputin by Boney M.
Well, listen.
Yeah, he was the lover of the Russian queen.
They put some poison into his wine.
Yeah. They shot him till he was dead.
Yeah.
Which is, go on.
Right, well, this.
Oh, those Russians.
Sort of bit of an earthquake in the sea.
Sure.
Lets out methane gas.
Okay.
And apparently, if you were swimming out in the sea.
Yeah.
And there was like an earthquake and some methane came out, you can't swim in it, you just sink.
Okay.
Even if you're a good swimmer.
What happens if you're two lads from your school? And they
heads.
Yeah, that's like a buoy. So you can see them a mile off, and their webbed hands would get them into shore.
Because they did actually say, even if you're wearing a life jacket, if the water's full of methane, right?
You just sink.
You just sink. So what it's saying is, boats have gone across the sea, got a load of methane in the sea, and the boat just sinks.
Right. What about the planes?
Is it then sort of planes with little sort of floaty things on?
Could be.
That'll be the sort they've landed in the sea.
Right.
And methane's coming.
Well, sorry, Karl, what did the documentary say? Not I imagine.
Yeah, your hypothesis might be one thing.
What did they say on the documentary?
They didn't cover that bit. They didn't
cover the planes.
They didn't do the planes.
Something else they said about it, though.
Go on.
Loch Ness, the monster.
Yep.
Sure.
Probably doesn't exist.
Okay.
What it is...
Interesting. Hold on, interesting. Oh, interesting. What they thought Loch Ness probably didn't exist.
Curious viewpoint.
Hold on. What proof have they got for that, Karl? How can they go around saying stupid things like that?
It's methane.
Right.
In Loch Ness.
And people have seen, what's the lake it's in?
Loch Ness.
Yeah.
It'd be in the Loch Ness Monster.
Yeah.
That's where it lives. That's how it finds its way home.
That's certainly the clue.
Yeah,
If again, Karl, that's the clue.
Yeah, if you go, and if it's out wandering, it goes, excuse me, would you know where, I'm being the Loch Ness Monster? Where would I be going? Oh, you'd be going to the Loch Ness if that's your home. It's way over there, you big monster, you.
So the bubbles from the methane bubble up out of the water.
Yeah.
People think, oh god, it's a monster's head. But it's not, it's just water sort of shooting up because of the bubbles.
Well, that's two of the great mysteries of the universe solved by Karl P on a Saturday afternoon.
That is fantastic.
Yeah.
So, that makes me think a lot of things. So, when mediums are sort of like going, oh, I've got something coming through. Do you think they are exhaling a lot of methane gas? And thus making them not think straight? Do you think everything's down to methane gas? Do you think that all the mysteries of the universe are down to methane gas, Karl? What did it say in the documentary you saw?
About what?
What was the budgie happy? We know that budgie was sad. Was it in a room? Because they used to take canaries down the mines, didn't they? They used to take canaries down the mines, they'd smell the methane, and then the budgie would be happy.
I'm not going to teach you anymore.
Play a record.
The long and winding
Should we introduce this, shouldn't I?
Go on then.
What was Beatles, Long and Winding Road?
Smooth. Are we getting paid for this?
and winding road.
Our Freaks Electric, Richard X and the Sugar Babes on XFM 104.9. Well, nearly through. We've had a few laughs again, a few tears.
Absolutely, as always.
Oh, excuse me, and don't be alarmed. I look quite frightening, but I'm merely a nice monster. I seem to have lost my way home. Could you direct me in the right direction?
Nice to meet you, yeah, Karl Pilkington.
Hi.
What's your name?
Why do you need to know my name?
Well, it might help me to find out where you come from.
Oh, my name's the Loch Ness Monster.
Okay, alright, give me a second. What was your name again?
Loch Ness Monster.
See, this is what I mean. When you came in, you're all over me. Like a rash.
Being nice to you.
Yeah. Gets towards the end, you get nasty.
It's the phone. Answer it. See who it is.
Can you give us a second, listeners? Just amuse yourselves for a moment. We're
Who
just
is it?
speaking to, Carl's just on the phone there speaking to someone. We'll just, keep you abreast of who that is. Current
is it?
time, it's, 10 to 3.
Wants to know if you're doing a live show somewhere tonight.
So, just a private call now, asking Ricky.
I am, yeah.
Later.
But
Ricky,
I don't want to say it now.
on television.
I've
David
mind
Brent
one person now. I
in
don't want to
hits
get
it
out
from the
of there.
office, and often performs live at different venues around the country. So while those two take care of business. Alright guys, have you finished that private call?
That was nice.
Jeez, that was outrageous. You know you're a fan of Feng Shui, Carl, and you believe it's all true. I did just run this one past you just on the off chance.
Yeah.
Because maybe that you change your opinion slightly.
Yeah.
Feng Shui teaches you to use your environment wisely.
Sure.
If your land and the surrounding area is undulating, it's said to house auspicious dragons. When land is flat and featureless, the dragon is missing and the land is said to be less auspicious.
Excuse me, they call me the Brixton Dragon.
Sure.
I seem to have lost my way. I know it's South London somewhere, but could you help me find my home?
What's your name?
Well, they call me the Brixton Dragon.
Right, where are you from?
I see what you mean. I see what you mean, aye.
Oh, okay, man. So does that make you query it at all, the dragon?
I'm not into it that much.
Right,
I'm
sure.
just saying that if you have your head at one end of the bed rather than the other, it might make a difference to your night's sleep.
It's not so much Feng Shui, though, is it, as sort of good advice, generally. When you went home...
Don't sleep on the end of a spike near a cliff.
Good
I mean, that's good advice, isn't it? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
When you went home and the house was full of women, why did you sleep on the sofa? Why did you not pop upstairs and sort of...
Into a warm bed.
Yeah, with a woman. Were they dressed, or... Did your brother still sort of have those kind of parties, or...?
I haven't seen him for years.
Sure. Where's he
really?
living now?
I don't know.
Okay.
What's his name?
Mark.
He's not known as, like, Moss Side Mark.
Because that could be a clue.
10 Dawlish Road Mark.
He's never out of prison long enough to get a nickname.
Hey,
Really?
steady on, it's getting a bit heavy, isn't it?
God. Is this what's motivated a lot of your anxiety?
Yeah.
The hair loss, that sort of thing?
We always go a little bit too far, don't we?
A little bit dark at the end of the show.
I know. Well, it's,
Oh.
well,
Do a
sorry about
request
that.
then for Pete.
Oh, Pete wanting a little bit of Muse. Yeah, if Pete wants it. I mean, I'm not a big fan. I don't mind Muse. I've still not got over them doing that, summertime song. What was it called?
Nina Simone cover, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Anyway, listen, let's not bring the show down.
No.